Right, good evening. Welcome, everyone. I wonder if this has all worked properly or not. I'm very, very confused by trying to handle the premiere and everything going all at once. So hopefully, this is all coming through lovely and well. And the absolute dictatorship that is the Crod mod supremacy hasn't gone completely pear-shaped. Evidently, my laptop was still making noises, so there we go. I definitely haven't done this properly. Welcome on in, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Lovely to see you all. For those that have come on over from the video about Christian Strike, welcome on in. Thank you very much. For those that didn't want any of that nonsense, are just here for some Finnish chaos, welcome too. We've got some very, very familiar faces in already. We have a Levi, because of course we have a Levi. We've got Hollyfab as well. I appreciate that you're lurking, so I won't put you on the spot, just to say hello. I hope you feel better soon, my dude. Adam is in. Welcome on in, Adam. Lovely to see you. We've got a Tyreek George fan. I haven't had a Tyreek George fan for a couple of days, I think, so welcome back in. Apparently, so you're back at uni this week. 4 days of getting lost. That sounds stressful. Quite stressful if I'm carefully honest. I suppose though, you've got to go back. You gotta do all that learning nonsense. Well, it's a shame, eh? We also have Knight of Knee in. Welcome in, Knight of Knee. I'm doing well. How are you, my man? We have a GNG. We have a Brazilian Fury. We have a Johnny Trotter. We have a El Norby. We have a Dill 40k as well. Welcome in, everybody. Lovely to see you. I haven't said there's a DM bassist either. Welcome in, DM bassist too. I would like to ask you how I can hire your assistant manager, because your assistant manager looks remarkably cute. Now for some context, what I'm referring to there is DM bassist's cat. Nothing else there. Nothing untowards there at all. Now, just bear me one moment, because it looks like things might have frozen. Or they've frozen. Is it just my laptop's frozen? Marvellous. Okay, my laptop's frozen, but everything else, is it still working for you guys, is ultimately the main question. So if you could pop into chat, DM basis says no freeze for me. Fabulous. That's good. Just the laptop there. So Willy Wonka is in as well. Welcome in, Willy Wonka. Lovely to see you. Thank you very much for the congratulations, El Norby. Let's get on to that and give everyone a little bit of a rundown on where we currently stand with the IFK Mariehamn save. So just wait for it to pop up on the screen here. I still don't quite know why there's a little moment in between there, but yeah, there we go. Professional streamer or whatnot. We are currently in the final throes of the 4th season of IFK Mariehamn. So the league splits in 2 after 22 games, and that's where we currently stand. We're now in the championship group. We're first in the table. We've got a 9-point lead, and there's just 5 games to go. Marvellous stuff. We're on track to win our 2nd successive title. We won our first title last season. Things seem to be going reasonably okay. We just need what, I think, 7 more points to guarantee the league title. But there is something a little bit more exciting in our midst. We have the Champions League group phase. If we scroll down, I guess, there we are, down at the bottom. For some reason in 36th, this isn't in alphabetical order at all. We made it through. It's our first time in the Champions League qualifying path. We beat Karabag in the first round. We beat Breidablik in the 2nd round. We beat Lech Poznan in the 3rd round. And we beat Olympiakos in the final qualifying round. We drew 1-1 in Athens. And then it came to... Well, it didn't come to our place. We're not allowed to play in our own stadium. It's too small. We beat Olympiakos at home 2-0. And we're in the actual Champions League. It's quite crazy. Like, genuinely crazy. I honestly can't believe it. And we have some games coming up. So we're going to start, we'll head straight into an away game against FC Utrecht. I think Utrecht were the lowest ranked team that we've got. They're ranked something like 146th, but it is an away game. Maybe we have a small chance there. We then have an away game against Dynamo Zagreb, which H-Tank, who's not in tonight, unfortunately, has suggested we might lose 8-0. I think he might be right there. The important game the important game for us is we've got a home game against BK Häcken coming up in November, which I think we've got a very, very good chance of winning. So we might actually win a game in the Champions League proper, which would be absolutely crazy. By the way, bless you, Brazilian Fury, for the bits. You absolute gentleman, you. And also, Zamulxa00, thank you very much for the follow, as well as Badger4197, very much appreciated. So, Knight of Knees says, it's only got here in time for the finish, but we'll check the previous content too later. Glad to hear you're good. I'm okay. Just need some lemon honey tea for my throat. A fine choice. Lemon honey. Maybe if it gets a little bit later in the night as well, just a dash of whiskey really does help. So welcoming in Zamulxa, lovely to have you here. If you're comfortable chatting, I see that you have said hello. Let us know who you support or who you're playing with in FM. Would love to hear from you. Zenergy is here. Welcome. You're watching WrestleMania 5, but then saw the time. Need my Mariehamn fix. We're going to get some Mariehamn fix. Let's head straight into the very first game. This away match against Utrecht should be an interesting challenge. Coefficient order. I'm guessing, Tyreek George, it's in that order. I'm just very surprised it's in that order. It was a nice one. Absolutely mental that we've made it this far. Sending the Turks to Europa. Exactly. ACAB is here. Welcome in, ACAB. How are you doing, sir? Lovely to see. So in terms of our squad, everything is pretty much standard. We've got basically, I think we're bringing in Abu Bawa for Akereke. Akereke's form is a little bit on the low side. And we're giving Lundberg the start over Sutari. Sutari's obviously in great, scored a lot of goals for us this season, but Lundberg's in the better form at the moment. Also, I kind of want to save Sutari to try and get him the league top scorer award. I'm happy with either of them. Sutari's probably going to come off the bench. So yeah, we should be pretty good with all that, I think. So let's head on in there. PSG, Ajax, and an easy game against Spurs. Yeah, if we ignore all the other games in the Champions League, we're absolutely fine. It's not going to be easy, that's for sure. But I think we have a possibility of picking up maybe a win. I'll be honest, if we pick up a draw over the whole 8 games, I'll be probably over the moon. Right, let's say no pressure. There is no pressure on these guys. I have faith in them. They've all reacted positively, so I'm not going to speak to any of the others. I'm going to pause the music for a second. I'm going to add desktop audio on. Let's enjoy. This is... Oh boy, here we go. Right, into our first proper game. And I mean, so I say Utrecht are obviously the lowest coefficient team that we're up against. They're still obviously considerably better than us. To pick up a game against the Eredivisie side is not going to be easy stuff. And they're moving the ball around quite fluidly at the moment. As Demirovic finds Vesterland. It's not a highlight. I'm happy with that. So Tyreek George, did I say that I was Greek, part Greek? I am indeed. My father was Greek, so I'm half Greek, but I was born in the UK. And there's Isidore, 2 minutes and 28 seconds in. Maybe this isn't a game that's going to be the one that brings us points. But as I said, it's the game against Häcken we're most expecting to have a chance. It was from a free kick. We didn't clear our lines. Chris Metham at Utrecht finds Bozdogan. He feeds Isidore. It's a nice strike in off the post. There we go indeed. So yes, I'm half Greek, but I was born in England, lived in England all my life. So Zamalex is a Barca fan since the Figo days, doing a save with Camacho in Portugal's 4th league. Nice. Only signing players from the Madeira Island. Interesting. How's that going? Crodmo's not allowed to time out El Norby. El Norby's good. It's all fine. I see, Willy Wonka, that Zamulxa has answered you about the finger. So Fortuna apparently in Somalian translates to the finger. So we've given him the nickname now. So, Rich Son, are we in the league stage? 12.5 million. This is huge. We are in the league stage, and we have got 12.5 million. Our finances are looking crazy good. As Demirovic makes it 2-0. There we go. It's a lovely timed run. No questions of offside there. And inside 7 minutes, our Champions League dream is crashing. This is what we expect. That, like, no real concern there. It's a lovely ball over the top by Isidore. It's a cute little finish. Cute little finish from Demirovic, and that is 2-0. Let's just tell the players to focus a bit. I mean, we've conceded the only 2 shots as well. I think we can feel a little hard done by there. So Robbie Joey's in. Welcome in, Robbie Joey. I hope you're doing well, my dude. Come on, the Ham, the champions. You actually made it through the league phase. We did. We've made it. It's crazy. But this whole stream is going to be exceptionally humbling tonight. It's going to be a lot of defeats and hoping that we can maintain our form in the league whilst that goes on. I don't expect us to get much joy. But this is it. It's the experience, right? It's all about the experience. And here's the finger. Here's Enquist. Enquist, can he create a shooting option? He can't, but Dahlstrom can. It's a okay shot. Okay shot. A relatively easy save for Barkas there, but we have troubled them a couple of times now. We can, in some respects, feel like we're pretty even in that regard. We will, though, just drop the tempo. I want us to try and take a little bit more control of the game, a little bit more of the ball. If that means we can... Oh, my word. Everyone's getting booked, though. So let's... here's Romney. Romney's shot. That was always going wide. So let's ease off tackle on all these guys. As Cam Bosgan sends in the free kick. Once again, we can't clear our lines. And here's another chance. It's Iqbal. Just wide. Just wide. So your new lecturer, Tariq George, is Greek and conveniently teaches statistics. No beard, though. There, how about that for a coincidence? Maybe the beard is fake. This is all part of the ruse. And there's Jakub. We pulled one back. Okay. That'll do. So Kamecho feeds it into Reitinen. Back to Kamecho. With his left foot, just dinks it in. Jakub peels off his man. The decent header. Okay. We're going to win the fucking Champions League, boys. We're going to win the fucking Champions League. Right, okay. Johnny Schrotter has said that the beard is detachable. Exactly. It wasn't a shaving accident, which is why I've lost length. I actually shaved off the whole beard, and this is just stick on. So for Samok C, it's going well. 4-4-2 for the win. Always a classic. First spot after 10 games. That's not... You can't complain with that. Hope you can win promotion and then raid Nacional and Maritimo for high potential players. Got to find yourself the next Cristiano Ronaldo. Right. Like, I shouldn't be happy that we're losing. We made some changes to get some more of the ball, and we've ended up with less of the ball. But we're only 1 goal behind. So I'm still going to say we need to improve. Bauer is not just booked, but he's also the most tired of the two. All our players are booked. So Enquist will come off as well. And the finger, are we going to make 3 changes at half time? We are going. We're going for this. We're going for this. The finger will come off. Stavitsky will play off the left. Jakub will play on the right. Sitari and Lundberg as our strike partnership. We're going to look to push that ball forwards much more aggressively. And we're going to hope that the other 2 players that aren't the ones that end up getting extra yellow cards. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. So Rich is going to be back later. No worries, my dude. Have a wonderful, well, as good a time as you can when you've got more work to do. So it's not the statistics, it's the experience. It's all about the money. Money. Right, so anyone else just here? Musterman saying he's lost length. I've lost length. Have I now? I never had length to begin with. We are winning the XG game, which, you know, we've got to be proud of. Apart from when this chance comes in. So, beside Oh, actually, they're attacking that way, aren't they now? Feeds it into Demirovic. Reitinen steps in, plays it back. We move back to Snore. Chance for us to reset. Kumecho feeds Dahlstrom. It's a bit of a slow pass from Dahlstrom, but now he looks forward to find Sutari. Yakub. Free down the right-hand side. Can Yakub do something here? Yakub sends it in. Arvid Lundberg. Arvid Lundberg pulls it level.
He's the man in the box. Arvid Lundberg.
We're going to win the fucking Champions League. Here we go. Let's have it. Let's have it. It's 2-2. 2-2 with 15 minutes left. Another player has been booked. We're up to like 73 bookings now in this game. A red card is surely coming. Here's Reitinen. Finds Savalainen. He goes all the way back to Snore. Snore will send it forwards long. Can Sutari win the header? He can. Gets it back to Yakub. Reitinen to Dahlstrom. Yakub has a chance to find Sutari. Sutari's going to take it on. Sutari sends it across the box. Unfortunately, Lundberg didn't attack it. He gets it for the second time, though, with 3-2 up.
He's the man in the box. Arvid Lundberg.
Oh my, oh my. What on earth is going on? Right, time to shut up shop. And I think, oh, right, okay, so Stavitsky's on a yellow card. He's got to come off. That's going to be Karkinen. I can't bring off Dahlstrom because I don't have any more central midfielders. I can't bring off Larson because I don't have any more left backs. I can tell them to, oh, we changed formation, didn't we? So I can tell them to ease off tackles again. Right, you can no longer take more risks. Actually, no, we're going back to this one, aren't we? Full back on support. Wide playmaker on support. You should be on ease off tackles. You should be on ease off tackles. That's absolutely fine there. Lundberg can play as an attacking midfielder. So that just makes us a little bit more defensive there. And then... so that's Karkinen on. Players in defence. We can't bring... yes, we can. We can put him as the defence midfielder. Make sure we take more risks off him as well. And we can bring on Wheaton can play a little bit in defensive midfield. So that's okay. Down to standard. Take pass into space off. Time wasting up. Let's not send it forwards unnecessarily. And drop to balanced. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Right, so DM Basis, just want to say that we were 2-0 down until you came back from being away from keyboard. Welcome back and thank you, DMB. So, is Haaland in the mud again, boys? Haaland is in the mud. Welcome in, Lukmar. The corner for Utrecht. Wheaton gets the first ball clear. Mepham collects. Usaid. Mepham, it's offside. It's offside. Come on, right, focus, guys. Focus. It's the Quadmore effect, perhaps. Do we believe in miracles? It looks like, I mean... yeah, yes, I believe in miracles. Since you came along, you sexy thing, GNG. What can be better than arriving twice in the box? Exactly. He's the man in the box twice. But here's Weingard looking to get an equaliser for Utrecht. His cross is blocked. It's behind for a corner. They're sending the keeper up. The first game of the league stage, they're sending up the keeper. Browder sends it in. Savalainen gets it clear. Browder with another chance. Finds Weingard. He crosses it to the far post. No one can get there, though. No one can get there. It's out for a goal kick. We've got 5 minutes to survive. 5 minutes to survive. So Tyrick Josh, who is R2D2, that's R2 Heinonen. We signed him in the last stream on a free transfer at the end of the season and then bought him out for 40,000 or something. Right, here's Iqbal. Iqbal, Savalainen steps in. Could that be the vital challenge? Yakub loses out. Busaid sends it in. Here's Weingard. No, it can't be. Kumecho with the block. It's out for a corner. This is surely the last chance of the game. Browder sends it into the far post. Norman Williamson gets up and it's over. It's over. It's over. It is over. Oh my. Oh my. Now, if any of you guys haven't been here before, you're going to know this song. I expect you to dance along. is mental. That is an absolutely mental result. I have no idea how we keep on doing this. Look at the momentum in that game. It was all Utrecht, an absolute smash and grab. I mean, they were good quality chances. They were very, very close into the box, very easy chances to score, but still, incredible. That sound you hear is everyone who wrote us off backtracking. What a performance. What a performance. Just stop the damn count. Look at that. Look at that. We're in the top 8. Sure, there's some teams that haven't even played a single game yet, but that's a minor detail. That's just what giving us another £2.5 million. Insane. Insane. Sherland preferred Lundberg to Kane, and I kind of agree. Lundberg's won trophies. Right, our next game against FC Lahti is going to feel like quite a bit of a come down by comparison, isn't it, really? And Lundberg is now in double figures. Jakub is on 15 goals. Absolutely crazy. Nathan says, what a game indeed. Welcome to the Musterman Penitentiary, says Tyreek George. Exactly. My word. So, I'm marrying a hoe. Good for you, Lukmar. Good for it. Do it. We'll get about, £2.5 million DM basis. Look at our finances. Look at what that's done. We've seen this graph before over the course of it, and it's all been up and down. And now everything that has been prior to this point in the save is completely and utterly insignificant. We have £15 million in the bank. The trajectory of Mariehamn for the rest of their life is completely changed. Welcome in Jonathan Edwards, by the way. What an amazing timing to arrive. We've just played our first Champions League game and won away from home. Now, let's temper expectations. As I've said before the game, Utrecht have the lowest coefficient rating of all our opposition. They should still be beating us. I still think that that's a tougher game than the Harken game. But wow. Now, we can't win the league this weekend, so we could virtually have it wrapped up. If we win and HJK lose, we'd have 12 points with only 12 points remaining. But those are two very, very big ifs there. Latte are a team. Oh, R2's out. There you go, Tyreek George. You'll recognise the mullet now, I'm sure. So R2 is unfortunately going to be missing for it there. So it's quality over quantity chances, exactly. And Tyke 1900. We don't need to mention the yellow cards. It's all fine. You know, it won't cost us later on down the line, I'm sure. Right, bit of a shit intake from the looks of things. We've got another goalkeeper. This time Chancellor Mbemba is only good talent. He's unambitious, good agility, good decisions. Nothing there that makes me particularly excited. Marcus Ekstrand, a right back who's got good acceleration and pace and determination. I quite like his traits. For what we have with our right back kind of sits deep. I think a fairly professional right back with already a vaguely decent physical profile. I think he's okay. He might have a chance. Ahmed Hamid. Yes, it does appear to be like the former Anderlecht and Newcastle defender, wasn't he? Kind of sometimes centre back, sometimes right back. Not quite sure, as you've all pointed out. Right, so request the new stadium. It's why would we request a? No. Let's be very. We will need one at some point, but let the team do it. Let the team work that out. I mean, average attendance by thing. We still only fill 64% of it at the moment. And if we can play in other team stadiums and make the money out of it, that's actually probably preferable to a stadium we can't quite fill yet. Right, okay. Lukmar has redeemed a mini game. How about we go? We'll carry on just checking through these talents, and then we'll go and look at maybe a new mini game. Maybe I've kept it quiet and there's a new minigame. I will hydrate in the meantime, though. So Harkin just drew with Arsenal to prove your point. I didn't notice that. Oh my. So they did. So they did. At home, 1-1 against Arsenal. So I think what that means is we're guaranteed to beat Harkin, and we're better than Arsenal. That's how that works, right? So Ahmed Hamid, an attacking midfielder. Good bravery, good technique, good off the ball, good flair. Casual personality. I'm not against that. I'm not sure. So balance, agility, stamina. You'd probably want to see quite a bit of improvement over here. You'd want to see some improvement in dribbling and passing. And a little bit in the final third. So composure and decisions. And you might have some kind of like playmaker-y type player there. Not necessarily the shadow striker-y type players that we tend to play with. But maybe that could be okay. Amir Strand. We've got a lot of right wingers coming through. He's got acceleration and pace and work rate and determination. That's a good start. Fairly professional. Another right winger that dwells on ball. It's a weird... I think we've had like 3 of them now. There we go. So, yeah, a lot... he's very, very bad at attacking things. I don't feel positive about Amir Strand. Martin Skoglund, a left-footed poacher, 5'10", fairly loyal. Nothing like natural fitness is probably the least important out of all this. He's not agile, doesn't have stamina, can't jump. Okay, balance and bravery. Not particularly good move. He looks a long way off. I'd be amazed if he makes the grade. Another right back. Can't pass. Can't head. Yeah, I'm not convinced by Hoffling. Amir Sandstrom. Darude Sandstorm. He is a defensive winger, left side, right-footed, not particularly quick. He can pass, got good technique and flair. Maybe there's more of like a central midfielder-y type profile there. An attacking central midfielder, to be fair, like not with that defensive stuff. Fairly loyal. Maybe has a hope. And E2 Valtonen might be only 2-star, but he's 1-star. He's already a quite good current ability, apparently. A casual right winger. Yeah, nah, I don't think we have anyone particularly good. So Zamiluk says, don't get a new stadium. That's how Barcelona's problem started. I mean, imagine, like, we get all this money and then they go and spend like 400 million on a stadium. It'd be crazy. It'd be crazy. So let's head on over. Where are we going to? We are going to a round of Guess the Club. What on earth is that? So Lukmar says casual is a horrible personality. Now you see, I very much like the role-playing element of things. So I like having occasional bad personalities in there. I like the idea of having people who would be quite relaxed around the place and will make it a more enjoyable environment to come into work. Jonathan Ever says, what do you make of the rumours Work the Space altered his youth intake to get high potential regens? Honestly, Jonathan, I couldn't care either way. Jack seems like a very lovely person. I don't really tend to watch his content anyway. It's not my play style either. So I really have zero opinion whatsoever. So welcome to Guess the Club. Let's explain how this is going to work. You're going to get 4 picture clues. We'll start with a almost panorama of the stadium, maybe with some of the details that would give it away obscured. Then we'll show you a former player. We'll give you the flag of the country that the club is in, and then we'll show the badge, one after the other. The earlier you guess, the more points you get. Very, very similar concept to a number of other games, but this time with clubs. Nice and simple, right? Nice and simple. So we've got a guess coming in straight away. We've got 2. Everton, a team I've not heard of before, and Everton Del Mar. So we've got certain things. So Santos as well as being guessed. Right, let's head on over and see. So Johnny says multiple casuals, usually very bad at training improvement. Who needs to improve? We're in Finland. You don't need ambition. Right, here is our very first clue. So let's see if anyone can work it out from this image of the stadium. The wonderful thing is that it's confined on a screen, so it's only like 400 pixels tall. So you can't really get away with trying to zoom in either, which would be like handy. You can probably pick up like some details, but not much at all. So we got guesses coming in for Zagreb. We got for Banik Ostrava, Brentford, Brest, St Etienne, Lyon, another for Brest, one for Lille, Reims, Toulouse, Brest, Liège, Reims, Nimes, Avant de Guingamp. So Sidecar saying I've always short pass a high in tempo, high defensive line. That's that. Crudmud, our Lord and Saviour, how you doing? Lons, another guess for Guingamp, one for Stads, Stoke City, Rennes, Ajaccio, Rouen, Monaco, a third for Guingamp as well. Let's see what the next clue gives us. So Sidecar's going for Rennes because it's red. A lot of you are picking up on there's a little bit of French language, that there's some red in the stadium. So Johnny Trotter's good that it's Malouda at Lyon perhaps. We've got Cannes, we've got Aberdeen, we've got Monaco, Mainz and Nice. We've got is that fourth guess now for Guingamp coming in from Zeratual, Metz perhaps? Another for Rennes. By the way, welcome in Vinicius Ribeiro 1. Thank you very much for the follow. So I mean, if I reveal the next one, that's going to be you've already worked out that this is in France, so that doesn't really help you at all. So Crudmo says, I mean, it is literally Guingamp. I mean, and DM Basis says it is. I mean, is it though? I don't think that looks like Guingamp's badge, does it? Does that look like Guingamp's badge? I'm not sure. Does it look like Guingamp's badge? I suppose in many respects it does. It does indeed. And that was Brazilian Fury with the guess. Now, not only did Brazilian Fury get the guess right, he also went for their full name. Just showing off a little bit there, Brazilian. Beautiful stuff. The applause comes in from Johnny Trotter and Levi and El Norby and Crudmo. There's a thumbs up from Johnny Trotter. There we go from Sidecar and Hollyfab. Fabulous work off the very first clue. But I had to take you through the whole rigmarole of it because it's the first time we played the game. So, you know, just so that people see how it works. So, Brazilian, you've been playing a French save offline and seeing the banners for the teams. It's the only way I picked that up as quickly as I did. Fabulous work. You don't know how many stadium pictures I had to go through to avoid this stand over on the left that just has EA in really, really big letters on it. So, yeah, there we go. Let's head back on over to the stream there. Cool, marvellous, marvellous stuff. So welcome in, Quan. Lovely to see you, my dude. We've only just started the stream. We're, 40 minutes or so in. The plan is to go as long as we go. I expect that we're going to be playing at least 5 league games plus the Champions League games in between. So a good guess that we might be going at least another 2-3 hours or so. I don't know how much further beyond that we'll go. We'll see how the Champions League shakes out. You'll be back as you're driving. Fair enough. No worries. Have a good. Well, I was going to say have a good evening, but have a good afternoon. So Sidecar says, you just watched the video on Strike. Great stuff. Love a non-meta tactic. More of this content, please. Fabulous. Glad to hear that you enjoyed it. And now, obviously, that's the whole purpose of the series is to focus on maybe some of those managers that don't normally get the focus on them. You know, like everyone's done a Thiago Motta. They've done a Pep Guardiola. So whether it ends up being something meta or not, the idea is just to focus on what happens in real life and see if it works, how it works, where it works. Yeah, just play it by ear from there. Right, I'm bringing in Max Larson. So for the league games, I am going to rotate a little bit. I think that rotation is going to include Harkonnen for finger. We can give Kamicho a little bit of a rest as well. We can bring Queaton in, so it's not massive amounts of rotation, but it's enough to get by. Holmberg onto the bench. Byron Giro's only like 3 months away. Well, hey, let's make sure that he's doing some training, general rehab there, as we look to bring him back. Yeah, Rockman. So we'll have. Yeah, Kamicho as an actual centre back on the bench. That makes sense. Holmberg can cover Savalainen if needs be. We are a little short in central areas, but that's okay. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that, and then we can go in. Right, so boom. Larson, yep, we know that's going to be the case. He needs to get some fitness up. Right, so Adrielson's already starting versus Antwerp. Straight into the lineup. Interesting. Right, we're at home. We expect to win. Let's get this. Let's try and seal the league as early as we possibly can. I just thought I'd say thanks for your YouTube work. Thank you very much, Saika. All right, Kwan's going to be back. Fabulous. Any sneak peek on the next manager, says Tyreek Georgefan. Not yet, not yet. The sneak peek that's coming up is that Patreons have spoken. We did a vote for the next full Moneyball Clinic episode, and that's going to be next week, and that's going to be Roma. So Roma haven't won the league since 2001. We haven't won the league since last season. Karkinen is about to set us on the way to winning it again. A lovely finish. Here's from a throw-in, but he gets it. Plays it back to Larson, receives it, takes the ball, creates the space, and curls it right into the top corner. What a goal. What a goal. There's absolutely no... I was wondering whether maybe someone was in the line of sight, but no, not at all. Right, the people on this stream are insanely good at these games. Where's the games for the stupid people like me? You're not stupid. Jonathan, I'm pretty certain you've picked up quite some points already, so you can't call yourself stupid. Sutari looks to make it 2-0. Good save from Oluwayemi. Should have finished that one off, though. Right, bit of an update. You've won a cup game against Nacional de Madeira. Easy game. My word, so you're very much already establishing yourselves as the big boys on the islands. Incredible stuff. Well, they say they do them, but it's always short passing, high tempo. As I said before, then claim it's a Tony Pulis tactic. Well, I think there is an element to remember that sometimes there are limitations with FM, so you do have to, like, I would argue, for example, that even something like higher tempo is still quite slow in game. And maybe that's an element as Whiten heads over from like a yard out. That means that sometimes like you end up with a lot fewer options than you think you've got. I would find it like I think that if you went all the way down to say much lower tempo, you're going to find things very, very, very slow. And so that means that maybe instead of having, say, a full gamut of 5 options, you might only realistically have 2 or 3 for certain selections. That makes things a little bit homogenous. But yes, there can be a lot of tactics out there that are very loosely related to who they're claiming to be. We've conceded. Latte pulls one back. Yarvan Parr out wide. Plays it inside to Simonovic. Gets it back again. It's a low cross in at the near post. Conkola. Easy stuff. So, Red App wants me to do a Rui Borges. Should be fun. New manager of Sporting. Previously manager of VSC. Making them Invictus. There we go. Back in lead. Oh no, it's offside. Boom. In the Conference League, a part of Chelsea. A part of Chelsea. That's the thing. So we'll see. I've got a couple of I've got a couple in mind already. And you know, we're probably going to be, well, as long as there aren't any crazy new delays, we're probably going to be looking at the FM24 hopefully early access in maybe a couple of months' time. Well, in a couple of months' time, the game itself should be out. So less than that, potentially. So I don't know how much time there's going to be for new content coming up, because once FM25 comes out, we're all essentially potentially having to learn everything from scratch. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Right, Stavitsky with the free kick. Sends it to Savalainen on the edge of the area. He finds Dahlstrom. His shot's blocked. Savalainen! You're not taking that one away. You're not taking that one away, are you now, ref? I see you thinking about it. I see you thinking about it. You can't do it, though. You can't. Yeah. So Tyreek George would like a calzone reaction. However, I don't think anyone else would. I mean, do you really think there are many people crying out for a Garcia Pimienta recreation or a Christian Strike one? So you never know. You never know. So does it mean you won't do a Sporting one later in the year, Musterman? We'll have to see. Like Sporting I've now put Sporting out in a vote twice for Moneyball clinics, and twice it's come last. Which is, so we did this one obviously was for patrons. I did a vote earlier on in the year as well, which I think was what resulted in the Tottenham video, if I remember correctly. And again, Sporting came last in that one as well, so it doesn't look promising, I must be honest. It's a penalty! That didn't look like a penalty to me, but there we go. Who's going to take it? Is it going to be Jakub? He's taken a few, but this looks like a left footer. It's Max Larsson. Max Larsson makes it 3-1. We can feel safe now. We can feel safe. You thought he said calzone. Now that I'm happy to do a calzone recreation. And there will be pineapple involved, Hollyfab. I'm sorry. So, Dill, how does this rate for you in FM saves you've done? I'm having great fun with it. Let's be fair. This is really, really quite fun. It's very, very weird because obviously this is only the second series I've ever streamed. And it is a very, very... It does alter the way you play quite a bit. Because, you're not necessarily able to focus as much. I'm going at a much quicker pace than I ever would normally. So it's hard to compare it to other saves because it's a very, very different experience. But the important thing is I'm really, really bloody enjoying it. And that's what matters, right? Right, so Larsson, we got him through to half-time with his little injury. Comecchio's... No, we'll bring on Holmberg. We'll put Savalainen over on the left there. And then into the second half, we'll try and just put them under a little bit more pressure. Maybe if we can rack up a score, that'd be nice. Get Sitari a goal or two. So let's just have a look there. RJ says, you think Union did it again? After Undav, Boniface and Amora, they find Franjo Ivanovic, a 21-year-old Austrian. Interesting. Has he just scored then or something? Or is he just playing quite well and there's starting to be a little bit of hype? So Zenergy has just taken delivery of a pizza. Zoni Sutari gets the goal. That's what we said we wanted to do. I think that might put him one goal behind Lundberg last season. In off the post. This is turning into a rout. How about HJK? HJK don't play today. So we'll have to wait a little bit to see how that shakes out. As Tarian sends in the corner, Mutgar makes it 4-2. Game on. Maybe we can't get carried away yet. It's another header from the near post. Midgard. Is that Midgard's goal or was that Kabashi's? It was Kabashi's, so he got a touch just in front of the keeper. Right, let's add a fifth. Holmberg comes on, immediately gets himself booked. So we'll tell him to ease off tackles. Stavitsky shoots again. Stavitsky shoots like 14 times, and Sutari shows him how to actually finish it off. There we go. Right, Sutari has definitely scored one more goal overall than Lundberg scored last season. So that might make him our record scorer in a season ever. It's a double save from Oloyemi, but just couldn't get it clear. Sutari. Yeah, we'll make those change. Right, we will. Yeah, around 25 minutes to go. I think that's fair. Let's bring on Samu Seek. Let's in fact make a double change. I know he's got 2 goals. You want him to score the hat-trick, but we're not going to let him. We're going to be mean-spirited like that. You're on ease off tackles. Let's again spare Dahlstrom because he's our only like normally attacking, more attack-minded defensive midfielder. And then that way we're getting some game time. We've got game time to our youngsters in Holmberg and Seek. We've spared people a little bit towards the end of the game, which is fine. Then maybe with like 10 minutes remaining, we'll text Stavitsky as well. On comes Danny Rockman. There we go. So I do believe I wasn't following you by then, but I get that Sporting might have run its course on polls. It's I don't know why it is. I have a feeling. So when I put the polls out, I always give some context as to why those teams might be interesting. I think there's an element that Sporting have been good in real life. Sporting are definitely better in real life than they are in FM, which I think is something that doesn't come across quite so well. So whilst it can be quite an interesting team to play with in FM for that sake, might not necessarily feel like an interesting one. So Matt wants pizza now. We want you to be fat. We do want you to be fat, Matt. Do it. DM Basis has got mozzarella and sun-dried tomato. An Aldi sourdough flatbread pizza. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. Oh. Yeah, do I end the stream now and order pizza? I won't. But yeah, that does feel like something. Sorry, I will stop thinking about pizza. So we're crushing Finland now. I mean, if the mighty Utrecht can't handle us, what sort of chance do FC Lahti have? Mariehamn dominance could bore the fans. Yeah, we're not bored yet, are we? I hope not. That might be one of our best performances all season, though, to be fair, from an XG standpoint. That's a good result. It's a good result. Let's do it anyway. Boom. Holding a wiener indeed. Holding a wiener. 5-2. Now, if it would be very unlikely for HJK to lose their game in hand, but if they do, we just need one more point. Larsson's going to be out for a week. That means he misses the Zagreb game. Savalainen's tired. Deal with it. We've got European football. You're not tired. You'll be absolutely fine. But I will give you an extra day's rest. So I'll give Billy Comecho a rest even though he didn't play. I'll give Savalainen 3 days. That means he should come back the day before. Larsson onto there. The finger. R2D2's our bench. So Lundberg comes back into the starting lineup for that. As does the finger. Savalainen, Weissnen, Kuitunen, Dahlstrom and Bauer. Our subs bench, that's got to be Lofgren and Nordin and Blard. That's all the positions filled. Marvellous. And this is going to be a humbling. This is definitely going to be a humbling. Jason says, not bored. Actually, I want more success. Feed me more. Aritalo and the Vicar holding a wiener. That's a bit sus. I mean, like, are we suggesting that there's a third person involved there? So it's Aritalo, Vicar, and the owner of the wiener? Or is it one of their wieners? I think that's the question that needs to be asked, needs to be clarified. Because if it's consenting between the two of them, that seems absolutely fine. But if there's a third party, even if they consent, it's starting to get a little weird at that point. So, Tyke says it really sounds like that. Holding a wiener, absolutely. And the song about Man in the Buck sounds like Haaland in the Mud. You can try claiming it sounds like Haaland in the Mud. It really doesn't. There you go, Quadmo. Now, Quadmo, it is perfectly reasonable. I'm not big on freedom of speech, right? So if you want to time out people for claiming it's Haaland in the Mud, then fine. I'm not going to stop you there. Mr. Tunafish, welcome on in, my dude. How are you? Johnny Trotter, trying to indoctrinate the newbies into one side, this split, or the other. I suppose it's good to pick a side. You know, it's good to know where you land on the Holland in the mud spectrum early on. Don't do him basis. Yes, it's a 3-person job. Yeah, I feel that makes me feel a little uncomfortable. I'll be honest. As long as you're not in a church holding the wieners, you're fine. Fair. Right, there's no split. There's people who let the truth into their hearts, and people in denial. It's good. I admire you, Look Mar, for admitting that you're in denial. It's very big of you, and I think that should be applauded. We're playing away again, yep. So our opening games are both away in the Champions League phase. I hate how it does that sometimes. Then we play 2 away games. I'm guessing there's an international break, which is why we don't then have another game until the end of October. So our first home game is there against Paris Saint-Germain. Then another away game. Then home to Hacken. Home to Tottenham. We finish off away to Real Madrid and home to Dortmund. Let's not worry about those games. Let's not worry about those games at all. So how much did Mariehamn earn from the Champions League? We've earned so far about 15 million. 12.5 for getting to the competition proper, and 2.5 million for our win on the opening game. Charlie, long time no see. How's it going? Welcome in, my dude. Lovely to see you. It's going rather well. It's the 4th season. We won the league for the first time last year. We're on course to win the league yet again because HJK just drew. They are now 11 points behind us with only 12 points available. We are in the Champions League for the first time. We had our first Champions League qualifying campaign. Somehow we made it to the group stage. We won our first Champions League proper game away from home against Utrecht. So we're doing well. We're doing well. We're it's crazy. How is Utrecht in the UCL? Asks Mr. Tunafish. Because only the best teams in the world make it into the UCL. Like teams like Utrecht deserve to be there on merit, just as teams like the mighty IFK Mariehamn deserve to be there on merit. We are amazing. So I'm deaf on one ear. Social dad. Fair enough. Blame it on the deafness. I think that's reasonable. Right, just joined. That schedule seems tough, Nicola. I mean, we're gonna have. It's gonna be tough. Whatever teams we get, isn't it? Let's face it. Any teams from pots 1, 2, and 3 are going to be destroying us. That's the fun and the challenge, right? Imagine a fingering in the burnabout. Excuse me. So sidecar, do I know what my budgets will be next year? No, we don't know that. We'll find that out though very soon. They say 354 is the minimum guaranteed, but the end of the league's coming up soon anyway. We'll find out. Right, we've got a break coming up, so I'm going to see you guys in 3 to 4 minutes. Yeah. And we're back. Welcoming in, by the way, crab lungs. Not just did you hear the word spanking and Mustermann, but that's what I actually went to do during that break. There's a lovely, lovely mental image for you. So Hollyfab asks, why is Vitesse not in the Champions League? You know why. You know why. So Knight of Knee loves that we've got R2-D2. As a Star Wars fan, absolutely, we couldn't miss the chance of that nickname. I mean, he has been signed, well, not purely because he's called R2, but also because of that mullet and moustache combo. Absolutely sensational. Sensational stuff. Right, so into a game against Dynamo Zagreb. Have we learnt our lessons from Utrecht? Maybe. Maybe instead we don't concede 2 goals first and we just go on and win 3-0. That's definitely a thing that's going to happen, right? Right. Oh, no. Le Grande Quip, the champions. Right, let's see how this goes, shall we? So we rode our luck a bit up against Utrecht. Will Dynamo Zagreb destroy us 8-0 as predicted by Hank the Tank before we'd even drawn Dynamo Zagreb? It's kind of written in the stars, surely. If it is going to happen, the first 15 minutes have been pretty atrocious. 1 shot for us worth so little XG. Just 30% of the ball. Right, let's do our standard thing. We're just going to drop a couple of bits to see if we can get a little bit more control going. So, will there be... What's you responding to? What is Crodmo allowing? But no more talk of this Holland in the box. What are you? Are you allowing fingering in the Bernabeu? Fair enough. Holding a wiener in the Bernabeu is definitely allowed, though. That is definitely allowed. Anderlecht to 1-0 up. Goal from the Grief. The Grief indeed. Right, here's Rog with the free kick. Sends it in. We get the first ball clear. It's a lovely strike. It's almost carbon copy of Utrecht's opening goal. Spikic there getting to the second ball from a free kick we failed to clear. And it's an absolute barnstormer of a goal. Takes it down with 1 touch, then on the volley into the top corner. Pick that one out. Pick that one out. Stavitsky now with his chance. Stavitsky's taking a knock. Well, we bring him off at half time, unfortunately. I mean, again, we're losing at half time. This is the position we were in last time out, and I'm kind of happy with that. Yeah, we're not creating chances. 0.06 XG isn't the kind of thing that's going to help us win, but that's all the Dynamo needed. That's all the Dynamo needed. So maybe, I want us to have more possession, but we are going to up top again. Satari once again coming on at half time. So we look to chase things a little bit. Less expressive, but higher tempo. Let's just get that ball forwards and see how we do. Let's do this. Easy 0-5 game, quite possibly. So if there was French people in the stream, they would shudder at your pronunciation of a quip, I reckon. Indeed they would. I mean, you all shudder at virtually everything I pronounce anyway, even the English when it's correct. So, you know, there's Dahlstrom. Buntich with the save. I think that's part of the charm, right? Or something. That is the charm. We'll go with that. Can we do anything here? Dahlstrom picks it up from the loose ball. Sends it back across to Queaton. Queaton finds Enquist, and that's the highlight gone. Welcome in, FM Console. How you doing, my dude? Can we get 700 subs today? Yes, indeed. Only from 100 views, though. Spikic loses out the ball. Probably Spikic. Here's Ante Rebic. Plays it to Perkovic. Muslin forced to go back. That's some good defensive work from the strikers. Can Jakub steal it? He can't. He can't quite. And that now creates a chance. Rog in behind. Rog sends the cross in. Spikic with the volley. Spikic pretty clean with the way that he struck the ball there, as with the first goal as well. Right, Ante Rebic again into Palavasera. Solomon plays it through. Spikic in behind. Spikic. It's a good save from Snore. Right, let's get a bit more. We've like, look at that. Look at that. No yellow cards. This is nothing like the first game. Snore plays it to Enquist. Over to the Finger. The Finger, can he create something off the left here? He goes down the byline, sends it across. It's cleared. We can keep the pressure on. No, we can't. That's not a... Yeah, like I say, that's better be something that we gather. Savalainen all the way back to Reitinen. The pressure is on Reitinen though. He finds the keeper who sends it long. Can Sutari win the challenge? He can. Now here's Lundberg. Lundberg holds it up, plays it back through for Sutari. It's taken a horrible deflection and that's 1-1. There's no VAR check. There's no VAR check. There's no VAR check. Lundberg does well, holds it up. I thought he was going to play it out to the Finger. He plays a lovely ball through to Sutari. It's a mean deflection, Mr. Grinch. Tight offside, yeah. I thought... No. Plenty of space. It's a delightful ball from Lundberg. Absolutely sweet stuff. Right, we've got 20 minutes to go. Can we somehow steal another winner? By the way, Zirachel, thank you very much for the follow. I do apologise that I didn't say anything earlier. Welcome on in. Right, Jakub's been fine, but he is tiring. So on comes Karkinen. Going to switch those two round because the Finger is probably a better winger in more traditional sense. Oh, I made a mistake as well. I didn't put Kumecho back into the starting lineup. I'm an idiot. I am an idiot. Oops. Get your finger out. Exactly. Crodmo was questioning whether I pronounce English correctly. Almost exactly like I said that people do. Crazy, eh? It's on cue. On cue. And that's Palavasera. Also on cue. Pulls it back. Puts them back ahead. So Kumecho's in the wall. Interesting from our set piece coach. Palavasera, like he had all the space in the world. Snore should have done better. It was straight at him. But at the same time, not that much he probably could have done overall. Right, here's the Finger. Sends the ball in. Karkinen at the far post. That's an immediate response. Severi Karkinen with the header. Get in. Get in. Alright, so the Finger just absolutely just hits it and hopes with his left foot. Karkinen at the far post. The defender doesn't even jump. Right, they're starting to push forwards. Downstream is knackered and on a bad rating. We're going to bring on a Kereke. Neither of these guys are particularly creative, so Kereke will play the more defensive role. Barber will shift across. Lundberg is looking very, very tired. So on comes Seek as the last change there. But I think we show a willingness to keep on going for it. If we lose, we lose. But let's maybe see if we can get a winner, a shock winner. Snore sends it long. No one's there. Pierre Gabriel plays it into Muslin. Muslin to Dominovic. He drops deep. Finds Spikic out wide. Spikic one-on-one with Anquist. Gets the cross in. Dominovic. Lovely header. Kale Dominovic makes it 3-2. Right on cue. Oh my god, you came back as soon as we scored. Unfortunately, Kwan. Unfortunately, it didn't last long. Spikic one-on-one with Enquist. Lovely. This header, like, very satisfying header. Like the way it just like hits the back of the net and just drops down. Oh, absolutely powerful stuff. I think we can be pretty damn proud of ourselves for this. Or is it going to be 4? That's the end of the game. There we go. There we go. This game is nuts. It really is. It really is. Yeah, so they won on XG quite clearly. Some big chances there that the goals came from. Very similar to the Utrecht game, and this time we just weren't on the right side of it. I'm not too unhappy about that. You did yourself proud, guys. It's 3-2 for both games. It's crazy, isn't it? I mean, so far we've had 3-2, 5-2, 2-3, which are some crazy score lines. That drops us down to 17th, though. We're still on course to make the next round, lads. Still on course to make the next round. Right, Stavitsky's injury is 3 days. He misses the game against Inter Turku. Right, training. Rest 1 day. Let's make sure we get Kamecho back in as he should have been. Holmberg's going to get the start at right back. We're rotating Bauer. We're rotating Lundberg and Sutari. Because of the Stavitsky injury, that's going to be the finger out right. So our subs bench should look something a little like R2D2 there. Max Larsson back. Kuitanen. Samu Sik on the bench. That should be fine. So, a win. HJK won. The leader's down to 8 points. They can only get 9 more points. So a win does seal us the league, which would be nice. That would be nice. We can hold our heads high. Absolutely. It's fine. We're competitive. Think of that money. I mean, I don't think we get anything for losing any games. But yeah, so Quadmo is actually doing mod work. Is he now? Is he now? Oh my word. Well done, Quadmo. What has he done though? I can't see anything other than insult my English. So are we erecting a finger statue outside the ground? We might have to. Well, actually, no. The statue is definitely going to be for It's Not the Statistics. It's not the Stavitskys. 18 assists this season. It's pretty damn incredible. Onu Satari's 24 is pretty good as well, to be fair. 24 goals. 17 in the league. So 17, is that more than... I think Lundberg scored 16 last season, right? So I think, from a records perspective, Sutari is doing quite well. Yeah, most overall goals by a player in a season, Oni Sutari. Most league goals, Oni Sutari. Crazy stuff. Considering how excited we were to get Lundberg to sign that new contract last year. And Oni Sutari, meant to be the backup, has come in and absolutely steamrolled the opposition. We don't need any team meetings. So all the championship standard players we can bring in, we could potentially, but again, we're still going to be taking a sensible, data-led approach to. Oh, you bastards! Holifab got a warning for blame Quadmo. Oh, disgraceful Quadmo. Now, you know with power comes great responsibility. We've won the league, guys. We've won the league. We have been robbed of the opportunity to celebrate it properly, though. HJK lose at home to Ilves. And that means we're champions. We are champions. Right, that might change things a little. Let's bring Selim Snab up to the senior squad. Who are these players that we can? So we can give Selim Snab a little bit of a chance. Do we just put Selim Snab? Yeah, we put Selim Snab into the starting lineup. Harkonnen at right wing. The finger on the bench. For... Going to give Yakub a bit of a rest. Let's give R2D2 some game time. Holmberg's already been given game time. Kuitanen start. Let's rest Yeah, let's just rest a few players. Let's get some of our fringe players a bit more game time. So it's okay. We'll celebrate in the UCL. We will indeed. DM Bases, we all know what happened when Lyon abandoned their group scouting and progress method. We don't want to do the same here. Exactly. The Swines, we wanted a trophy lift. I wanted to see whether we'd get a trophy lift because we didn't. Oh my! I have not noticed that that's the trophy up until now. Look at it. That is majestic. That appears to be a man leaning on another man who is running and heading a ball directly into the back of his head. Incredible stuff. What on earth is that trophy? That is horrendous. But yeah, let's see if we didn't get a trophy lift last year for some reason. Let's see if maybe because we've wrapped it up outside of the game we get a trophy lift. See if there's something weird and wonderful that happens there. So congratulations comes in from Knight of Knee. Thank you very much. Jason is exactly right. Absolute power equals absolute corruption. We can't be dealing with... Crodmo is now also criticising Holifab's spelling. You know, Holifab, who's not English, is being criticised for his spelling of English words. How disgraceful. How disgraceful. I think it's only fair that... No, I can't unmod him. Adam was very, very clear that he needs to be mod for an entire stream. So we have to put up with this for this stream and this stream alone. Right, let's see if we get any momentous occasion at the end of this. So Quan says, stick to the database signings. We absolutely will be. Can't afford to support 2 bankrupt teams. I mean, we need to save all our money so that you don't have to bribe the referees for us. We can do that ourselves. So Zenergy said, so Matt reckons that we'll have a 10 million budget next season. I doubt that we will. We maybe we end up going above the £100,000 mark for a signing. But even if we got £10 million, that's going to be like at least 9.9 million of it that will be unspent. Zenergy says, apparently this is what teams will earn in the Champions League in real life. League phase wins 2.1 million euros. League phase draws 700,000. Yeah, and I think it's about that in the game as well. Damn, Ills robbed us of a celebration. Our nemesis, indeed. RJ wants that trophy. We could get a guard of honor from HJK, if only. Glorified spooning trophy. That's one way to look at it. Enquist, find Snap. Sell him Snap, being given the start here. Its cross comes from Enquist. Karkin can't get there, but Dahlstrom from the edge of the area, just wide. Dahlstrom already on a yellow card. He can ease off now. So Holifab apologises for his bad spelling. You never need to. Jason calls it a gymnastics trophy. Matt says it looks like the trophy was made in a high school workshop competition. I agree on all those fronts. All those fronts indeed. Adam apologises for Crodmo's mod responsibilities. This is all your fault. This is all your fault, Adam. Will Betis, welcome in. How are you doing? Lovely to see you. You have timed it very well. We are league champions. As Opoku comes through to ruin the day of our celebrations. The day of our daughter's wedding. Or something. Crud mod for president. Matt, you are more than welcome to secede from the country, create your own country, and take Crud mod off my hands. It's just a one-shot mod. I mean, if Crud mod wants to be a mod consistently, and he enjoys it, then he just needs to mod responsibly. I have no aversion to him being the long-term Crud mod. But when he starts bullying Holifab, you know, I've got to have... I have questions. I have questions, ultimately. Yeah, it's been a bit of a flat first half, but that's all right. We've won the league. Who cares? Inject more Crudmo into my veins, says Jason. Don't encourage him. We've said don't feed the Crudmo. Crudmo, as Kenny Nagera makes it 1-0. I mean, why bother? Why make any effort? Like, we've won the league. We've won the league. We just want to see things out now. So Nogueira, nice little turn. Shot takes a deflection on the way off. Kumecho. Snore, though. I mean, probably should have at least got closer to it, right? Adam, for the cheap price of one gift sub, indeed. I mean, it's only because you even suggested that there had to be a price. I'm happy with how we've dominated possession. No, we have to be better. Once again, we switch to the two-man strike force, but we're going to play R2 as an advance forward for that bit. We're going to bring in Bawa. Let's not be expressive, but just play that tempo up a little bit. Let's see if we can get something out of this in the second half. So Mandarin Medpit's in. Welcome in. How you doing, my dude? So 9.9 million on 4 seats in the stadium guaranteed. That would probably be what happens, let's be honest. Cross, well claimed by Huitinen. We have a mystery mini game redeemed, so we'll do that after this game. Okay, fine, you've twisted my arm. I'm going to watch Godfather 1 and 2 this weekend. Not you 3, not new. Why wouldn't you want to watch Godfather 3? Such a classic. Karkinen's shot just wide. Takes a nick on the way through from the looks of things. But Sutari should have done better when through on goal there. Right, Enquist with the corner. Outswinger. Headed away. Snap back to Enquist. Not quite there. Not quite able to get there. Creedmo. Oh, now that would be... I would love to see a little bit of Crodmo dressed as Scott Stapp from Creed. That'd be a beautiful side. Apollo Creedmo. Even better. Actually, no, not better. I don't want him doing that as fancy dress. That's just not on anymore. It was never on to begin with. But I'm glad that we have the sensibilities nowadays to realise that it's not on. Here comes Holmberg. Can he do something? He sends it into Art. Oh, what a goal. What a goal from R2D2. Lovely volley. Lovely cross from Holmberg as well. Get in. Apollo Crodmo. Jason Thomas went for Apollo Crodmo as well, as did Matt. Ilves, they butchered our celebration. They did. So Adam said, points out, I almost said 5 subs and you still would have paid it. That's exactly why I didn't say 5 subs. It's because I was like, yeah, it's fine. We're not going to. I should probably think of this in a more business sense, but that's not me. There we go, Karkinen. There's the turnaround. 10 minutes into the second half, it's 2-1. Inter Turku can't cope with our 4-4-2. Welcome in, Bill. Bill Houdini's in. How you doing, my dude? How's your evening going? So has RJ just timed out? Who's just been timed out for 60 seconds? Quadmo timed out Holifab. Right, okay, Adam, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. There we go. I can't be allowing this dictator to pick on Holifab. R2D2. Exactly. Boop boop. Beep boop even. Strong in the mullet side. He is, isn't he? He really is. Right. Oh, what? Everything about that free kick was like a guaranteed goal. Why it's no one's paying attention to him, and then Bawa just kind of stops. Okay, fair enough. Right, our changes are going to be, we will bring off Snab for Seek, and we'll bring on Lundberg as well. So we're going with R2D2 out on the right, Karkinen on the left, Lundberg and Seek. We're going to swap around the roles. We don't need to bring on Bose. We'll bring on Larson. Again, we're just trying to get players fit. A draw's a draw. That's all right. So it is a nickname. It is indeed. His name is R2 Heinenen. So we've called him R2D2. As R2D2 goes over. Down with the tyrant. Indeed, this is appalling, says Crodmo. I mean, I couldn't see any good reason for you bullying Holifab like that. You know he's not feeling well. The king is dead. Long live the king. I mean, that would that would really, really be unreasonable now, wouldn't it? Now, I feel like I've reneged on the agreement with Adam, so this can kind of make up for it, I think. Right, Apoku, here's Patchus, looking for a late winner for Inter Turku. Patchus back to Hämäläinen. He plays the ball over the top. No one's picked up Parahu. He sends the ball across. Kekalainen. It's a late winner. It's a late winner in the Wicklow Holding Arena. Disgraceful. Disgraceful, lads. It's justice, says Tyreek George fan. Indeed. Tom, welcome in over on YouTube. How you doing, sir? Sidecar accepts all responsibilities for his actions. Holifab was calling for justice for Holifab. Does that count as justice now? That's disappointing. I don't mind losing to Dynamo Zagreb, but the boys have got to be embarrassed to lose this one. This was our big day. Cedric, it's full time. Do we get a trophy lift? We still don't get a trophy lift, so it's fine. Pretty even game. Could have gone either way, so I can't really complain about Inter Turku winning that one. Again, we've won the league. It doesn't matter. And we've got like a week and a half until the game against Ilves. It is an away game. Dahlstrom is suspended, which is a little bit of a problem for us. Let's have Be More Expressive on by default. Diane's still 2 months away. Byron Giro's still 2 months away. Yeah. Oh, Kumecho raises fitness concern. We'll just tell him, yeah, we're gonna. He says no. Okay, I'll back down and we're called to training. We've got like a week off, so I'll just rest you for a load of time. Same difference, right? Right, so removal of mod is not enough. Give him a taste of his own medicine. We've done enough, haven't we? I think we've done enough. I see that Holofab hasn't like gone power mad himself, so it's all good. All good. So we win over Utrecht 3-2, one defeat to Dynamo Zagreb 3-2. Indeed, it's been crazy, real betties. How on earth we've won a game is genuine madness. Justice for who? There's no Crodstis. That's a pretty contrived pun, let's be honest. I love it. I absolutely love it. The boys are hungover, reckons Quan. That's probably quite fair. Oh my. So the director of football reckons that we should only sign one of our youth candidates. Oh my. Just make everyone mods. That would be chaos now, wouldn't it? That would absolutely be chaos. So Matt suggested we don't want that trophy on camera. That's why it happened. Makes sense, really. It does make sense. Now, we did have a mini game redeemed by RJ a moment ago. So what we'll do is we'll progress up until the next game, and then we'll play. That's a Knight of Knee says they Ilves. They Ilves indeed. I mean, you did say the other night that you came here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. It is an appropriate team for us to go against. We've gone Latin. We've gone Latin. Oh dear. How on earth has that happened? How on earth has that happened? It's Energy's fault. So Holofab says, wait, I'm mod, can't see it on mobile. You are currently a mod. That felt like the only appropriate course of action. Now that Crodmo has overstepped the line. Enquist out for 2 weeks. So not Enquist, Karkinen out for 2 weeks. I mean, all you try to do is bring a bit of discipline to proceedings. Crud discipline, if you will. And this is what I get. This is what you get, my dude. This is. Who guards the guards? Who watches the watchman? Yeah, that's what you said in Latin. I know. It's still Latin is far too highbrow. Far too highbrow. Don't really care about questions that they have. Ilves are playing in the cup. That's why we don't have a game at the weekend. Fair enough. So, Lukmar says you got drunk on power. You admit it. He says, oh no, Cronmo is in favour of people backing the idea of quadiscipline. Quadiscipline doesn't work. Like Crudstis was bad, but it's fun. Quadiscipline. Crodmo feels naked without his power. He does seem though. Have you noticed how he's really, really amped up his rhetoric though since it's happened? You know, he doesn't just feel naked without his power. He wants it so bad. So bad. Bless him. Southampton have gone 1-0 up at Old Trafford. Brilliant. Johnny Drummer, you should never go full Latin. You should never go full Latin. DM Basis reckons the lunatics have taken over the asylum. The scum's going to keep on rising. Swallow up that sun-shining new horizon. Every day we look, there's a new disguise, and the lunatics, it seems, run the whole asylum. Because what people really come to this stream for is somebody awkwardly quoting Blue Tone songs. Yeah, I'm cool and hip and up to date. A campaign steps up for Daniel Enquist to win Player of the Season. Who thought that would ever be a headline? Johnny Trot says, Quadmo supports Quadiscipline just so we can have an army of Quadisciples. Quadisciples, that is not a pleasant word to say out loud. Kwan says it had to be United. But could you imagine if Southampton, after the season they've had, win against United? It'd be ridiculous. Blue Tones, get out. Bloody Indy. You gotta love a bit of Blue Tones. Oh, you gotta love a bit of Blue Tones. Right, we're up to the next game. Let's head on over and play. Shall we go for something nice and easy? Something nice and easy will warm you up into it. Because I'm not streaming on my channel tomorrow. I will be over on Brazilian Fury's channel. Because I'm over on Brazilian Fury's channel, that means there's no Friday night only connect. So we might have a Friday night only connect happening on Thursday this week. So let's go easy to begin with. And for those of you that haven't been around to see any of the minigames before, I'll explain how it works. You're going to see 4 pictures from a player's profile in FM24, one after the other. You're going to see their positions, you're going to see their attributes and traits, their scout report, and their career history. Your job is to guess who the player is. The earlier you guess, the more points you get. It's a player's profile in the default database at the start of FM24. So if you were to take a player like Donyell Mallon, for example, he's just transferred to Aston Villa in real life, but at the beginning of FM24, he's at Borussia Dortmund. That's just something to generally keep in mind. So we have some guesses coming in before we've even revealed the first clue. So is it Jose Font, a lovely callback there from FM Console? Is it Mario Basler? Is it Leonardo Ulua? It is none of those people. You'll be surprised to hear. You will be very, very surprised to hear. So Night of Knee asks, is it the Unao de Tamar tomorrow? It is indeed. So from 5 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, going to be over on Brazilian Fury's channel doing kind of like a live Moneyball clinic for his 9th season with Unao de Tamar. So the guesses, we've got some guesses coming in. Horta Gunschals, Pierre Litbarski, Ademola Lookman, all some fine guesses. We do have a right-footed inverted winger, can also play as a winger or an advanced playmaker, isn't a wide target forward or a Raumdeuter. And so they are perfectly fine guesses. None of them, I'm afraid, are right though. DM Basis wants to start collecting shirts. You've got about 10, but haven't bought any in a good while. You do have a nice Santos shirt, seeing as we're doing Brazil. That's a fair shout. I would say that you've already started collecting shirts. If you've got 10, that's already the beginning of a collection, I would reckon. So we do have some other guesses here as we move forwards to the next clue there. So was it Neymar or Garnacho? Is it Cherky or is it João Felix? It is none of those guys, unfortunately. So we have someone who's pretty decent there. They're not the quickest off the mark. They've got great corner taking, great free kick taking, great penalty taking, great technique. They've got flair and vision. They're not a perfect player by any stretch of the imagination, but they're pretty damn decent. Quadmars, does anyone know how long Brazilian Fury streams for? I really want to make it tomorrow, but you have to go see your dad and look after him a bit. So I don't know how long it's going to be on for, but there have definitely been streams with Brazilian Fury that have gone on for hours and hours, and sometimes they end up being short. I imagine, as we're going to be going through a lot of data, it'll probably be on the longer side. So Zenergy has gone for Juninho, the old Lyon player. Alt Farby has gone for Grifo, the Freiburg player. That would be appropriate, wouldn't it? Real Betis has gone for Madison. We've got a guess for Almada. Tyrick George fan has gone for himself. RJ has gone for Liao, Tecatito. So we have a correct guess. I think it's probably quite obvious what it is when I point out that Vincenzo Grifo is a Freiburg player, and we just had a Freiburg video. Because he is a good Bundesliga player who plays for Freiburg. It's Vincenzo Grifo. Fabulous work out, Farby. Well done for thinking appropriately. We should have probably led off that immediately from the premiere earlier on. But fabulous work. Out Farby. Very, very, very silently is having one hell of a week. I think he picked up something like 11 points on Tuesday and comes in again with another great guess. Beautiful work. The applause from Johnny Trotter. The clap from Holifab. There's a bit of RJ's applause as well. So Tyreek George fan knows someone that loves Grifo. Are you about to log out and create an account called Vincenzo Grifo fan? I hope you are. That'd be amazing. He can cross my kind of man, says Saika. Vincenzo Grifo is a player. I did a save with Aston Villa a few FMs ago where I waited for Steven Gerrard to get sacked. And Vincenzo Grifo was a player that was there, and I was like, as soon as we can sell him, he's gone. And he had to step in because of injury and was just incredible after incredible game. Absolutely brilliant player. I've got a soft spot for him ever since. Right. Nope, not that one. That one. I almost showed my face close up again for a moment. No one wants to see that. Here's an away game against Ilves in a match that doesn't really matter. Karkinen's not in great fitness. Lundberg is away on international duty. So that means Stavitsky is back from injury. That's fine. So we'll go with those guys there. Larson isn't really, so Savalainen on there. Snab. I mean, yes, I think that's a lineup of players that are fit and available. Let's bring Reisner back into the starting lineup. Bring Savalainen back into the starting lineup. It's not until the league's over, I think, now that we play PSG. Have we got Yakub on the bench? We do have Yakub on the bench. He's not fully fit, though. So we will stick with R2-D2. Can we call him Griffo as if he was Vincent Griffo from Port Talbot? Don't get the reference, FM console. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I want to be impressed. I have faith in you, but I want to be impressed. Let's see if we can put a dent in Ilves' attempts to get second. They have just beaten HJK. Is it 4-2 away from home? So I think this might be a tricky game. So Lukmar says, damn, the one time he throws us Bundesliga fans a bone, I miss it. Oh, Lukmar, I'm sorry. Right, Crodmo says, if we're allowed to do that, you're going to create a new account called Crodmo Fan. I thought Omdirk was next. Surely, yes, indeed. Right, RG is off. Thank you very much for dropping by, my dude. Have a lovely evening. Polifab will ban Crodmo Fan. Beautiful. Yeah, so Canerva. Snore makes the save. Okay. Yeah, so who is it who loves Grifo? That's quick. There we go. Oh, I should have known. In comes Vincenzo Grifo fan. Thank you for the follow, Vincenzo Grifo fan. As Costa takes aim, it's a good save from Snore. A nice strong fist over the bar. It's just Griff Reese Jones. It's like Grief butchering his surname. Right, okay. I see. Yeah, that would work. Hello, chat. Welcome in, Vincenzo Grifo fan. Crudmo fan sounds like a different site no one wants. No one wants that at all. And Tyreek George has welcomed Vincenzo Grifo fan. That is nice. That is nice. Matt says that Crudmo fans put you off your pizza. It's a bad sign. If something puts you off your pizza, that is definitely a bad sign. Look, Mar, doing my job for me. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let us know who you support and shit. DM Bassist wants a little bit of Crudmo fans. No judgment here. No judgment. Stropan gets down the right-hand side. He's beating his man. Plays it inside to Kivico. Alan Milmark finds Anderson. That's 1-0, but the flag's up. That's going to be disallowed. I don't think he was offside. I really don't think... Right, okay. Okay, this is bad. We are playing awful. I know that Ilves are a good team. That Dynamo game, it's broken us. Here's Carlson, shoots straight at the keeper. Fire up. Let's take this off. Let's get a lot more control in these games. In fact, let's stop him being inverted winger as well. On to inverted wing on attack. Another corner for Ilves. It's going to be a Reefy to send it in. Into the middle of the box. Snore manages to claim. Right, there's no need to do anything risky. He rolls it out to Kumecho, who's got to go out left to Inquist. He does indeed. Inquist plays it inside now, surely. Well done. Into Satari. Bauer into R2D2. Look at the people over on the right. Look to your right. Well done. Stavitsky, get the cross in. Stavitsky sends it to the far post. Sutari's header, it's over. Oh, Sutari. Oh, Sutari. Will Bettis is going to change your name to Kasper Schmeichel fan because he gave some points. That's fair. I mean, you got both Kasper and Peter Schmeichel points, didn't you? I think, Will Bettis. Right, here's Anderson in behind. Good block from Kumejo. Heston's here. Welcome in, my dude. Taking a break from moving cities to start a new job. Mariehamn time. Does sound like that's a stressful way to start the year in January. How is it going? Right, here's Anderson, finds a Reefy. A Reefy pulls it back to Kivico. That is the goal that Ilves have very much deserved. We have been really bad. Really bad. Patrick Schick fan is in. Now over on YouTube. He wants to wish Vincenzo Grifo fan a good evening. So Vincenzo Grifo fan, Patrick Schick fan wants to say hello. Right, sidecar's off. Thank you very much for dropping by, my dude. You're wanting a Bannerlord playthrough at some point. It'd probably be a little while before we get to Bannerlord. I'll be honest. I've not played it before, so yeah, I need to stick to. Look how bad I am at explaining things when I know what's going on. So Crombo fan, is there not a limit on the name length on Twitch? There is, but I don't know what it is. Right, Anderson creates space, sends the cross into the far post. Stropan beats Enquist. Let's demand some more of these guys. So Ladislav Almasi fan is in now. Right, Crodmo is criticising Holofab for not...
It's not the statistics! You tell me! How do you measure somebody that could balance a balloon in a wind tunnel on a needle?
Well, bless you, look, Marno Pants. That is very, very kind. That's a gift subscription to Sasha Gray fan. I'm an innocent guy. I don't know who Sasha Gray is. So, who is Sasha Gray fan? If you'd like to, you're comfortable jumping into the chat. Who is Sasha Gray? Let me know. So here's Stoppin looking to make it 2-0. We're getting Quadmoception. It's getting very chaotic here. It is getting very, very chaotic. DM Basis wishes had the time and inclination to make a bunch of these fake accounts. Can someone make a Nicholas Raskin fan account and interact with the chat, please? I find it so hard to keep track of all my accounts and passwords when I only need one for each thing. Going through all this effort, I mean, fair play. Fair play. I think this is a water bottle moment. I think they've been absolutely shite. And they deserve to be told that they've been absolutely shite. Right, we're going to have you attack down the left a little bit more. And So Samu Seek is coming on to play alongside. I think it's just the one change at halftime. So apparently now the chat full of men pretending we've never heard of Sasha Gray. Apparently she's got good ball handling. Okay. Waiting for the fan sign up. That would be good. The fan sign up. She's an actress, as told by a friend. Ball handling equals 20. I'm now stuck as this name for 6 months, however. Are you now, Crodmo fan? That is amazing. So Triple P enjoyed the Civ VOD. Fantastic. Glad to hear it. It was a little bit chaotic. We will be back doing Civ on Saturday morning as well. Maybe a couple of other little bits in there as well. So I think it's nice to change things up a little at the weekends. Here's Enquist. Finds the finger. The finger takes shots. It's the finger takes shot. Not there. It's offside anyway. Does look like we've had some chances in the second half. We've gone from like 1 shot in the game to about 5. So we might have to actually just start with this 2 big fellas up top formation. Or are we about to concede though immediately? As I say that, here we go. Bulgakov makes it 2-0. And that is going to be our 3rd defeat on a trot, from the looks of things. So, thank you, Joshua Akiapong fan, for the follow. Lovely to see you. Throw glass bottle. We probably should have done. So, DM Basis, in fairness, Sasha now streams on Twitch, and she seems really cool on the few times I've caught a stream. Fair enough. Johnny Trotter's tempted to change to Crodmo fan. Oh, the inception. DM Basis hasn't got around to the Civ VOD yet, but you're keen on that. Well, the good news is that I think we got about 150 turns into the first game, and it became patently clear that we'd lost. So when we start up again this Saturday, we're into a new campaign, and we're probably only not that far into it. Right, we're going with Rockman. Inside forward. Let's go target forward poacher. Swap them round. You can attack. You can attack. You can attack. Stavitsky and Sutari are both kind of tired. So Yakub can come on for Stavitsky. And we're bringing on the keeper. We're bringing on a keeper. Why not? And what does it matter? We've won the league. What civilization are you playing in, Civ? That's a very good question, Night of Me. Who did we end up with in the end? I genuinely can't remember who we got the second time round. I think that's why we were doing badly. Who on earth was we playing as? So apparently we shouldn't Google Sasha Gray. She's not an FM25 wonder quid to make note of. There's apparently a lot of video material to scout her talents on. Well, fair enough. I'll do that for after the stream. Heston says, wow, a fall from grace since beating Olympiacos. No, I'm not taking that, Heston. We beat Utrecht in the first proper Champions League game away from home 3-2. That's a crazy result. But since we've lost to all the way down here. Since we lost to Zagreb, before the Interturku game we won the league, and the players clearly have lost a little bit of that fire. We've now got another 9 days until the next game. And then we've got 1 game until the league is over. We are going to unpick everything here. We're going to have the 4-4-2 as the standard. What we're going to start with, I think, for the next game too. So that should be okay. So what was behind the decision to have a mod? Were you invaded by Brum fans? So Adam asked me how many gift subs to make Crudmo a mod, and I was about to say 5, or I think I said 5, and then I realised that I honestly don't have a strong enough aversion to it, so I said 1, and that's why we had a mod. I have a feeling that we probably won't have a mod after Crodmo abused his powers going forward, so I'll have to draw up a proper contract. So, you have no authority, Jackie Weaver. I wonder what Jackie Weaver's up to nowadays. Now he's called me a dictator with Dick spelt incorrectly. And now, that seems a little bit mean. That just seems a little bit mean. So let's prove him right. Yeah, things do move quick. He seems a bit like Mr. Trump to me. Ooh. I mean, I'm not the one I have just been dictatory now. Crodmo timed out Holofab for what appeared to be no clear reason. So we removed that because Holofab's lovely. Right, so we're suggesting Korea perhaps indeed. It didn't last as long as Liz Truss. That's bad sign, isn't it? That is a bad sign. So if United lose tonight, is Amrin under genuine pressure? I surely can't be. Not like they have to know that the team is pretty rubbish. Hey, Slaymar has an international goal. How about that? How about that? This man is now a physio for Interturku under-20s. Nice hat. Right, serious question to all. I saved a file from WhatsApp to my PC. It didn't tell me where it was saving, and I can't find it. Tried File Explorer, any obscure place it could be. Ironically, Crodmo might be the... Crodmo's back now, that's okay. Crodmo might be the one to know, because I know that he uses WhatsApp on PC quite a bit. So I will... I'm sure you heard me anyway, Crodmo, but Rich asked, serious question, I saved a file from WhatsApp to my PC. It didn't tell me where it was saving, and I can't find it. Tried File Explorer, any obscure place it could be. So, Crodmo fan says, how many more managers are United going to get rid of before they realise it's the players that are the issue? Well, is it even the players that are the issue? I mean, is it... Do you get to a point where, like, they've got a lot of very, very good players that have been bought for a lot of money. And it's whether the whole club is rotten because they... look at that beard. Look at that beard. Sorry. Yeah, because they're not... There's no cohesive plan going there. So every... Crodmo out, apparently. Crodmo, like... Yeah. He called me a dictator, spelt D-I-C-K. He deserves it. He deserves it. Right, we could still win the most games in a season. Our next so KTP have been pretty decent this season. They're now in 4th, so they've dropped off a little. We should probably feel like we could get back to winning ways here. And then our last game is against HJK. If we do lose both games, though, does that mean that they come to within 2 points of us? Yeah, so they could finish on 51 points. So it could look very, very, very close at the end. So Rich has done the checks. You're concerned 172 megabytes, already low on hard drive space. That's fair. There's the path from Crodmo. Marvelous stuff. Marvelous stuff. Welcome in, by the way, Shimimhuka 99. Thank you very much for the follow. I hope you're doing well. If you're comfortable chatting, let us know who you support or who you're playing with, playing FM with. I would love to hear you, but no obligation to do so whatsoever. There's more pineapple on pizza chat. Like, it's pineapple on pizza, Haaland in the mud, holding a wiener. We as a community can't agree on anything, apart from that United are shit. Right. We have a break coming up, so let's head on over to that. That's going to be like 3-4 minutes or so. And then we'll come back and we'll play the game against KTP. See you guys in about 3 or 4 minutes. And we're back, and we head straight into a game. So, Crodmo only timed out during the break, so he's probably survived a little bit there. So it wasn't Holofab. It definitely wasn't Holofab. It was all me. He said I was drunk on power, and I was proving that I was drunk on power. So DM basis, yes, you go away for 5 minutes, and Crodmo has been demodded. Crodmod has ended, for the time being at least. I think not necessarily for forever. Who knows? I'm fed up of our recent bad form. I am indeed. Let's get a win against KTP. We've gone with the 4-4-2 from the off. Let's see if maybe we can just start on the front foot, race away to a lead would be quite nice. Something like from kickoff would be really nice. Stavitsky tackled. That's the end of the thing. There we go. Jay Tiller's in. Welcome in, Jay Tiller. How you doing, my dude? We've built a good team. Thank you very much. We can sign players based on stats. It's actually better than comparing attributes. I mean, let's also remember the Finger, who is Fartuna, who is suspended for this game, has been one of our very good signings, and that was basically done completely blind. So, you know, it's not all been stat based. We got a little bit lucky too as well with some of these. But yeah, like I'm in this really weird position with this save right now because it's Stavitsky feeds Satari, he misses. I really, really want to see the player's attributes. I want to get to that point where we reveal and we see how good or bad the players actually were, because, I mean, there's talk of Enquist here being player of the season, and we know he's rubbish. But just how rubbish is he? Dahlstrom finds Savalainen. Savalainen back inside Dahlstrom's shot. That's a little bit weak, and it's an easy save for Lilivic. But, like, yeah, it's really, really, really nice to see how running with players, especially when they prove in your system that they work quite well. Stavitsky's shot, pushed behind by Lilivic, means that you don't need to worry too much about them. So, Crodmo's going to get me for this, apparently. This is going to make our new podcast, the Crusterman Files, really awkward. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Surely it's the Mustermo Files. Mustermo could definitely work there. Here's Dahlstrom from the angle. Can't quite score. We're playing a lot better in this game. DM Basis says it's almost like players will play well in a good system. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now here's Larkso trying to create a chance for KTP. Hutamaki finds Lindfors. Lindfors takes aim. Good save from Snore. Good save from Snore. It's all about momentum and happiness. Quite plausibly, indeed. Finson, here's the cross. Can Snore claim? He does. Comes out, reads it all the way. Takes it safely. Right, we're halfway through the first half. Kereke steps in. Stavitsky now to Dahlstrom. Can we capitalise on the turnover? It's a lovely ball behind for Stavitsky. Oh, Stavitsky. Stavitsky. That's why he doesn't score many goals. Bless him. We do know this about him now. He's not much of a finisher. And now he's got a yellow card as well. Niska with a free kick. Sutari gets it clear. Enquist has a chance to break here. Enquist, though, is now kind of all stuck out there on the right wing on his own. Can play it back to Sutari. Savalainen back to Sutari. We don't want him out on the right wing there, do we, really? But he's played it inside, and now Savalainen allows Sutari to run into the box. Lundberg's there. Lundberg!
He's the man in the box.
On in the mud. Doesn't. Boom. There we go. That's more like what we've been missing. That's a 1-0 lead. Very much deserved as well. So here's Fremstad. Like, we can't complain about the defeats we've had because we've played pretty damn poorly. But this does seem to be better. Ogunbaro plays it all the way back to Lilivic. Can't get ahead of ourselves. This is a highlight coming straight from kickoff. And here comes Hutamaki. Feeds Moen. Moen plays it through. Bad defending from Reitnen there. Reitnen was in position, but let his man in front of him. Could have been costly. So we're still working out the finer details on the name of the podcast, indeed. So DM Basis kept the iconic skin for your journeyman save. Funnily enough, the little attribute circles are not impressive in the South Sudanese second tier. Who would have thought it? Who would have thought it? Right, Oggenbauer plays it back to Lindfors. Here's Spremstad. Good save from Snore. Right, we've only got 2 minutes, but let's just tell the players to focus in those last 2 minutes. Okaki sends it into Lindfors. Lindfors to Knapp and Finson. And that's another save from Snore. Another save from Snore. We should be alright. So they've got some momentum in. Yeah, we scored the goal. And then that kind of relieved the pressure from KTP. They've now pushing forwards. But I am happy-ish. Yellow cards abound. He's off tackles. He's off tackles. So let's drop that tempo back down to our normal level. Right, who are the players that we can bring on? We've got Karkinen. R2D2 isn't really. We've only really got the one winger. We could bring on Larson as a left winger. Just being mindful of the fact they're both booked. We'll give them a little bit of time, and then we'll probably look to make some changes. Which means that one of them is going to get sent off for a second yellow within like seconds. Holland in the mud. Holyfab is going to die on that hill for sure. Quadmo can't time you out for it. That's very true. I'm going to regret this, aren't I? Going to regret this. So is Quadmo fan seeing floating trees? No, I think you can, or I can just about see that there is ground underneath. But the perspective does mess with you quite a bit there. Right, Lundberg finds Dahlstrom. Here's Stavitsky. Stavitsky can't beat his man, but Dahlstrom steals it off him. Lundberg here. Lundberg's shot is blocked. Sutari. We keep the pressure on. Alkarike over the top to Yakub. Yakub finds Savalainen. The cross is in. Moen gets it clear. Not a chance to counter. It's not a chance to counter. Right, so is there a redwood forest on Åland? Those trees are fucking massive. They are, Matt. It is quite crazy. I think there are some issues with scales. As Kumecho misses the header, Hypenen is in. It's a good save from Snore. A good save from Snore. Focus, Kumecho. Ukeke with the corner. Here's Knapp and Finson. Dahlstrom gets in though, wins the free kick, takes the pressure off. So Lukmar reckons that Holyfab is an improvement on Quadpoo as a mod. No comment. No comment. Right, we're 15 minutes in. Let's look to make some changes. And those changes are going to come in the form of Lundberg being tired. So on comes R2D2. Karkinen can replace Yakub, and we can put Stavitsky back out on the right. Actually, let's play Larson. I know he's left side. Let's play him as a left-footed right-hand side winger. I think that's okay. And we will probably look to maybe increase the intensity again, maybe in a little bit of time. Preferably before we concede an equaliser. R2D2 forced off the ball. KTP get for possession once again. Larkso plays it into Mo and it's cut out by Akereke. Kumecho hasn't made a mistake that's led to a highlight since being told to focus. It's getting a little bit scrappy here though, but Karkinen has got away. Plays it back to Akereke. He's across to Dahlstrom shot. Dahlstrom! We haven't had a Dahlstrom song for a while.
Sebastian Dahlstrom. Yeah, Sebastian Dahlstrom.
Yes, it's been a long time coming. We need to have a conversation about Dahlstrom at the end of the season as well, because he's got 1 year left on his contract, and his production has dropped year on year. So we might have some difficult decisions that we need to make in that regard. Right, Samu Seek will come on, and Abu Bawa will replace. No, Luca Kuitinen's going to come on for. Going to bring off Savalainen, give him a little bit of a rest. Push Reitinen out into that right back spot, which he can cover there. Right, Snore picks up the loose ball. He's a long way out from his box. He's going to take his time though. Feed Savalainen. Savalainen inside to Dahlstrom. Finds Sutari. We believe that Sutari is about to come off. Karkanen feeds it through to R2D2. It's a good save. It is a good save. They've got an R2D2 as well. Laxo's first name is R2. Should we construct a squad full of players called R2? Amazing. So Matt wants to know, do we have hot dog carts? They look like they might be hot dog carts to me. They look like they might be hot dog carts to me. We do have a gazebo as well. Where are you getting abuse? Wait, what, Crudmo? I feel you know. What's the abuse you're getting right now? I can't see it back in. I can't. Has Holifab hidden the abuse? Has he got rid of it? Has he modded? Wonderful. Crudmo, toxic streamer abusing mods. Toxic streamer abusing mods. That's, look. I don't force you to be here. But please don't go. Please don't go. Yeah, here we go. Looks like we're gonna see this one out surely. Or is there a final sting in the tail? Hutamaki sends it across to Salander. Reitman gives up the penalty. The defender didn't go down at any point. But it is Salander who's going to take the penalty that he won, and Snore doesn't save it. No, it's that Look Marno Pants called me crud poo. Oh, the crud poo bit. Okay, yes. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Wait, did someone call me toxic? No, I thought Holifab was calling me toxic, wasn't he? Toxic streamer abusing mods. And I am toxic. That's absolutely fine. I'll live with that. Because you're allowed to be toxic when you have moments like this. There we go. We're back. We're back in business. What we needed. So we've got another win. We've got one game left against HJK before the league ends for proper. HJK themselves beat Inter Turku. It'd be nice to get a win for this last game as well, because then we've got Paris Saint-Germain in the next round of the Champions League. So something nice and easy to follow up there. 16th, then Paris Saint-Germain, then Ajax, then Haken, then Tottenham. No pressure. No pressure whatsoever. So we've got the rests on there. That's all right. The question is, do we... I don't think we want to rest players for the HJK game. We essentially want to get that momentum back under swing if we possibly can. Right, best stream moment of this year, easy. Bless you, Mandarin. Bless you. Absolutely. You don't know how exhausting it is. It is crazy. Is marrying a ham what Kermit dreams about every night? I believe so. That dirty frog. So Friggers is in. Welcome in. Hi, currently using your skin and it's great. Will you be making it for FM25? I won't, I'm afraid, Friggers. I have retired from skinning. As mentioned in the last video I released on the subject, which is now probably 6 months ago. There are a number of considerations in there. One, there is a completely new interface. I believe that with that new interface, it will serve myself and everyone else a lot of good to familiarize yourself with it. Give it a proper chance to explore it and understand exactly what's going on. Two, there's a new user interface, and that means you'd have to learn everything all over again. Three, we have absolutely zero idea of whether we will even be able to edit it once the game is initially released. It is not uncommon for new games to not have mod support on release. That doesn't mean that I don't think they'll have mod support down the line, but you can't really make any plans on that regard, when there are a lot of unknowns. Right, yep, so none of our youth candidates, none of the other youth candidates were considered worthwhile of doing, so we have a single, just one player signed from our latest intake. Oof, that is horrendous. So Outfarby has redeemed a mystery mini game, so we'll go and do that in a moment. Let me just set the lineup for the upcoming game, or let me see the impact here. So we'll bring the finger back in. Stavitsky over there. Yakub can take his spot on the bench. Otherwise, I think everyone kind of did a decent enough job. So I'm happy with that. We're really good to go there. DM Basis says it's going to be weird playing FM25 without the skin. Indeed, I'm a little scared by it. So Friggers, looks like many hours have been put into making it. You don't want to know. It is a crazy amount of hours. I think the pizza charts themselves, I think from the moment of realizing how it would be possible to actually getting the first one done, just the pizza charts, not anything else in the skin, was about 150 hours. I don't think I can learn how to do that all over again. Lestri's in. Welcome in, my dude. Lovely to see you. Good morning. Good morning. Will I be doing an FM series on YouTube again on FM25? I certainly intend to. Who knows what we've got coming up? So whether we're going to have an actual save series on YouTube, or whether that's going to be like this, it's going to be streamed so that the actual save itself is in the live tab. You can get the VODs for every single FM stream that I do, but there will certainly be FM YouTube content. Right, okay. So let's play a round of Only Connect, and I'll explain how this game works if you haven't been in the channel before. You're going to see 4 pictures of footballers, one after the other. They all share something in common, and it's your job to work out what that connection is. The earlier you guess, the more points you get. And you've got a lovely little scoreboard down there. We run a scoreboard weekly, we run a scoreboard for all time as well, so that's what the points go towards. Now, the pictures of the players, it won't tell you the name of the players on the picture. So if you know, shout it out. That way everyone in the chat kind of knows who it is, and you end up kind of like working together, even if there is a competitive element there. So let's head on over into the very first clue. Once I press the right button here and here, this is the very first player we've got. Now, I should give you some warning. Normally, on a Friday evening, the clues are a little bit more abstract. The connections are a little bit more abstract. I won't be streaming on Friday night, so that's going to happen on Thursday instead. So Rich says, I have a feeling we'll get something soon from SI. I noticed a number of major streamers have resumed streaming, one after a 2-year hiatus. So, as DM Basis says, the next update is this month. Yeah, they said end of the month. That's it. They just said end of the month. So that could mean the very last day of the month. It might mean just the last week. So we're certainly expecting to hear something at least. Right, Crudmo fan is off. Good luck in the Champions League. Thank you very much, my dude. Tyreek George fan has correctly identified that this is Emmanuel Emenike, as has Mandarin Metbit. Can we have a stab in the dark as to what could be a connection though? It's not really much to go on right now. So Rich Sun says, yep, that's been the plan. Many worried it won't happen, but I think it will. Exactly. I don't think there's anything. SI have usually been very good, at least, of meeting their deadlines, even if that is to then say, hey, we're pushing stuff back. Like, there's nothing to make us feel like we're not going to know anything. Right, so we've got players who are older than their passports from Holifab. We've got, they've all had their ages questioned. All married a Miss World winner. Playing for national teams with an eagle in their badge. Played in Turkey. Born in England, playing for a national team that is not England. And they all have family who are professional footballers. They are all very fine guesses, but they're not what we're looking for. Not what we're looking for. So they've all played for academy teams that share names with British paintballing companies. Now, it's not that, Tyreek George fan, but I like your route of thinking. You've picked up that it's going to be something a little bit more abstract, and so you've certainly gone very, very abstract. I'm not sure it's possible to be more abstract than I normally am, but yeah, I like the direction that you're going in. So, Baresi has correctly been identified by Mandarin there. It is indeed Franco Baresi. Cronmo says they've all had squad numbers retired in their honour. Has Emmanuel Emenike had a squad number retired in his honour? That would be quite cool. That would be an unexpected one. You've never seen a paintball place called AC Milan. Unfortunately. So Jason has gone for that they all played in World Cups while all having an I love mum tattoo. Again, I love how obscure that would be. It's not that, but it is a beautiful idea. So DM Basis they all have successful partnerships with Paolo Maldini. You make that sound almost a little bit sexual, like you know, they had a relationship kind of partnership, and that's not what we're looking for. Do their names spell out Crudmo? How are you getting the name Crudmo from that? I'm not sure. Welcome in, Rowan. Lovely to see you, my dude. How are you? How was the stream today? Now, let's make sure that I have a horrendous ability to spell people's names wrong there. But we've got it. There we go. Head on over and give Rowan a follow if you're not already. A lovely gentleman. So do they all have first names that go in successive order? So Emmanuel, Franco, the next two players begin with a G and an H. That's a fine guess. It's not what we're looking at. So Rowan, hello, my good friend. Welcome in. How's the stream, my dude? How's the stream? Do they all become directors at their favourite clubs? Crudmo lives in a Crudmo world. Crudmo's world is crazy, let's be fair. Were they all born in May? I think I understand what you mean, the basis. So the next player might be George Weah, and the one after it would be Harry Kane, for example. It's not what we're looking for if that is the case. So is it Tyreek George next? It's not. Let's see what we've got next. We've got this fella. Now, I would always try and remind you that, as I said, this is going to be like a Friday game. Think of some of the past connections we've had where you've all gone, oh my god, I hate you, Musterman. I hate you for your suggestions and your nonsense. Because that is going to be somewhere we're looking at along these lines here. So did they all win Olympic gold? That's a fine guess. It's not that they all won Olympic gold. So correctly, Mandarin, Sam Oxer have correctly identified it's Mascherano, who shares a birthday with Tyreek George fan. And must share a birthday with a lot of people because it shares a birthday with Ladislav Almasi fan and Patrick Schick fan and Joshua Kofi Akupong fan and Vincenzo Grifo fan. A popular day. So Matt has been suggesting that Crudmo's on the bend. It's quite possible. Have they all missed a cup final due to injury? That's a good thought. It's not what we're going for there. Rowan says the stream before this, we basically threw the entire season. Oh, that's a shame. This stream we played 7, won 7, scored 31 and conceded 6. Finished third overall. Much better indeed. That sounds like a rather good stream. Going for the 1994 World Cup. Yep, sadly that's not the case. They all have 2 eyes. That is true. Not what we're looking for, but that is true. They're all under 6 foot. I have no idea. Did they all have Kia Jarabchian as an agent at some point? I love that guess. It's not the case, I'm afraid, though. Having Mascherano, best ball-winning midfielder you ever saw play football. He was quality, let's be fair. United have equalised. That's a shame. Here is the final guess there. So, Vincenzo Grifo, Patrick Schick Shimim Huaka 999. Tyreek George fan is also Crudmo. They're all your accounts. Their favourite drink is Kia Aura. Possibly. Possibly. They've all played against or with somebody, haven't they? They have at some point all played against or with somebody. They've played football. That is true. It is indeed Philippe Senderos. So Mandarin, the only one that Mandarin didn't get, but FM Console was in there at the right moment just to answer it. And indeed, Matt, it is Senderos. So you've got Baresi, Emenike, Mascherano, and Senderos. All played under Wenger. That's a reasonable guess. It's not what we're looking for. Now, what clues can I give you in here? Because I don't think you guys are going to get it. I think you guys are going to really, really hate me when I reveal the answer. We all... What was the first ever Only Connect we did? Was that they were all had family names hidden inside their names. So we had like Heung-min Son. I think we had somebody with like brother or daughter or aunt hidden in their names. I like these kind of abstract ones, wordplay ones, but I wanted to make sure that this wasn't something that was unfair to people where English wasn't their first language. So did they all say all the same profession as Alfie Gilchrist? And they all wish they were Nicholas Raskin. That is kind of fine. So Crudmo is going for food because you've got mash spelt incorrectly, Irano. And we've got Baresi. They're all footballers. They all have names within their names. They do all have names within their names. They are all worse at football than Tyreek George fan. Got Greek mythology from FM Console. What are you going with the Greek mythology there? Are you going for Emmanuel Emenike having Nike in their name, and Franco Baresi having Aries in his name, and Javier Mascherano having Hera in their name, and Philippe Senderos having Eros in his name? Because if that's what you're going for, FM Console, I think you've got it. I did warn you. Fair enough, DM bassist. Fair enough. Yeah, that is completely reasonable. So Crudmo fan did follow up with Greek gods only moments after FM Console, to be fair. Jabbits has gone for fuck's sake. DM bassist just plain told me to fuck off. And he did say that he went back to Nike a few times and didn't get the others. It was a tough one. It's a Friday night. Only Connect. So what a reasonable human being. Like, look, Mark. Greek gods are the same for like every language, right? That was equal opportunity. Give him the full points, doesn't deserve just one. That's unfortunately how the game works. It's cruel. Ah, says Witchson. That is fair as well. And so that's an only Connect guess when you're running out of options. It's a pretty sound guess. Let's be fair. Outfiber says was thinking about Nike since the beginning, but the company, not the god. Indeed, that's fair. You did mod things and you approved DMB's fuck off message. Thank you, Olivab. Yes, that definitely needed to come through. It's a perfectly reasonable reaction. Al Massi has a god in his name. Is the god Al Massi? Is that what we're going with? I must observe, using Greek mythology is intrinsic Western bias. That is fair. However, what I will counter that with is that it's really, really early in the morning for the East. So it's okay to be a little bit more exclusionary. Right, on that note, Crudmo is leaving. Have a great evening, my dude. Have a great evening. We're going to head into the game against HJK. Pretty much as strong a lineup as I think we can give. And that will hopefully give us some momentum. Right, we'll talk about the fans. And we'll say that we want good performances. Let's do this. Okay, Quadmo is not leaving. Quadmo is not leaving, apparently. Or Quadmo fan is leaving, but Quadmo isn't. Oh, this is going to get confusing. Right, Matt, what about the poor people who are staying up at 3 a.m. to watch Musterman? I absolutely appreciate and love that you are staying up to watch me. You madmen. You madmen. And, like, at the same time, I try to be as international as I possibly can, but it's always going to have a certain bias towards the languages and knowledge set of that culture which I am in. I try and be as inclusive as I can, but also if I was to do something where the clue was based on actually history, I could maybe do like different Chinese dynasties as a clue somewhere along the line. But we probably do have enough history buffs in here that we could get away with that. And so Rich says only wrote that as it's something you did in your psychology study earlier. It's perfectly reasonable. Perfectly reasonable. Quadmo thought he was kicking me out for good. Not at all. Not at all. Nonsense with occasional nuggets of information. Exactly. Bob Ross of FM. I am far too chaotic for that, I think, Bill. That belongs to someone nice and calm and relaxing. Right, Jabbits is off as well. Have a wonderful evening, Jabbits. Thank you very much for coming along. Oscar ran a Chinese dynasty on the CSL. Is Oscar still out in China? What did happen to the remainder of Oscar's career? Because he was quite young when he moved. Right, here's Sutari. Lovely turn. His shot takes a deflection. That's going to be a corner. He was never going to score from that shot, let's be fair, but it was a lovely, lovely turn. So he's just joined Sao Paulo. How old is he now? That wasn't a handball, ref. Nonsense. If anything, it was a handball by HJK. I mean, not that we can actually tell. Right, Kuakanen even. A lovely, lovely turn. Now he cuts inside. Stavitsky gets back with the tackle. Back all the way to Guth. Finds Mentu. Mentu plays it. There's a lovely cross, and it's almost an own goal from Kumetio. Great save from Snore. It's 2-1 to United. Oh, boo. Boo. Sorry, United fans, but let's face it, Southampton winning would have been an incredible story. He's 33 now. Actually, I suppose, yeah, that's probably about right. For some reason, I thought he might have been a little bit younger still. But no, 33. Yeah, it probably does make sense. It's crazy how like he came into the Premier League with such fanfare and then just never quite happened, and then went for the money. Can't knock him for that. Right, Lundberg comes away with it. What's he going to do here? He holds it up well, finds the finger with a shot from the edge of the area. Henriksen tips it over. So having an Oscar jersey would have been an Oscar fan if he never left. It is strange. Ollie is now the Besiktas manager. That's a surprise. That is definitely a surprise. I mean, is Turkey just collecting former Manchester United managers? Is Ten Hag going to be unveiled in the next few weeks? Like Savalainen into Dahlstrom. Dahlstrom plays it safe. Into Lundberg. Drops deep. Poor pass from Lundberg. Gives it straight to Perkan. He can come away with it. Down the right channel. Okereke with a great tackle. And we've conceded yet another penalty. Another penalty. They come in. They are like buses, aren't they? We have streams where we seem to concede a penalty like 3 or 4 games in a row. That's 2 games in a row now for penalties. And Ramadan sends Snore the wrong way. I do a little bit. Snore has been really good for us. Snore's been really, really good for us. But I do miss that one season where Riikonen seemed to save loads of penalties. And I don't think we've saved a penalty since that season. So the following season we conceded a load of penalties and he didn't make any. Riikonen didn't make any saves. I can't remember Snore saving a penalty. Right, Simajoki on the ball, feeds it into Mentu. Mentu finds the man out wide. It's Kuakanen. Kuakanen cuts back inside. Here is Guth. Guth up from defence, feeds Kaiser. It's a good tackle from the finger. Guth back into Kaiser, and the finger comes away with it again. He just can't make the tackle stick. Here's the cross right and gets it clear. We can't even make our clearances stick. Kuakanen once again. Back inside, sends the cross across. Here's Kaiser. Kaiser feeds Perkan. It's a good save. It's a good save. we are going to need to push things up perhaps a little bit. We're doing okay from a chance creation and a ball possession spec, but we are behind. So let's get a bit more creative as well. Right, so Amad Diallo scored both the goals. Genuinely a surprise package now. I think that's fair. Right, so as a Chelsea fan, it's tough watching Brazilian football. Your two favourites play for Sao Paulo and Palmeiras. That's fine. You can be the one person supporting both. Southampton don't know how to win. That's fair. I think Amram is improving Man United. He's the right man if they support him. And it's just about how big a scale, how big an amount of change he needs to get things flowing in the right direction consistently. Because I have a feeling that like Amarim would want to change most of the squad if he could, and I don't know if he'll get quite that luxury. Right, we simply have to be better in front of goal. Right, inside, forward, wing back, target forward, poacher. You can get further forwards. Let's have you trying to attack the box a little. You need to take these off tackles. So let's chase this in the second half. So Ahmad has proven that you can give a lad time to develop rather than write him off. Absolutely, absolutely. So Ahmad, that goal he scored for Sunderland as well, incredible. I remember all the stick Ahmad got for not being good enough for Rangers. We love to write off a young talent after one poor performance. I mean, hindsight's a wonderful thing, right? Hindsight is very much a wonderful thing. I've always felt that one thing I quite like about NFL is that players have to go to college, which means that whilst they're still young when they make their debut in the NFL, they're at least like 21 before they do so. I'd love to see something similar happen in football, where you're just not even allowed to play players until at a senior level until they're a little bit older, because the amount of abuse they get is crazy. Right, Kimecho's playing badly. The Finger apparently is playing badly. Oh, that wasn't. So the Finger and the Enquist. Enquist, I wanted to bring on Larson. The Finger will be replaced by Yakub or R2. It's going to be Yakub. And let's see if just some change of personnel can get us that elusive goal. It's an Ahmad Hattie. Crazy. It's the same with Clement here. He knows that he wants from the team, but he needs time to get it right. Do you still have faith in Clement? Do you still have faith that he's going to get you to where you need to be? Right, the next change is R2 on for Dahlstrom. So Yakub possibly in the more central area. Do we have anyone else we can... Okay. Yakub out wide. Cherokee central. Silk in the middle. Satari up front as well. Gonna take Be More Expressive off. We don't need to try the through balls, we just need to send it forwards. From a corner though. No, there isn't a highlight there. Got to change. Are we going to muster anything in the last few moments? I doubt it, because we've basically abandoned the midfield, so it's going to make ball progression quite difficult. Unless we can cause a turnover deep. We can't. Ball in, but we can. Oh, Larson gets in. Couldn't quite make it stick. Kawasvi Benison back to Halmer. Sarpai now tries to play the ball over the top. Perkan gets to it. Savalainen here sends the ball forwards. That's it. Nice and early. But HJK gather. Kawasvi Benison down the right. Here's Lingman. Lingman to swing it in. Plays it along the floor. Queetonen cuts it out. Yakub now. Plays it into Satari. Satari into Seek. Seek sends it across Lundberg. Oh, Lundberg. That's a shocking miss. Right, Lingman with the free kick. Sends it across. Perkan loses out. Here's a Kereke. Sends it down the line. There's Larson. Larson plays it into the path of Lundberg. Finds Seek. It runs through. Sarpai has it. Perkan, here's the break. Pandolfi's in behind. Pandolfi to make it 2-0. He goes for the chip. It's a good save. Good save. Yeah, it's another defeat. Another defeat. Bad run of form for us. That's four defeats this evening so far. So Larson into Lundberg. And that's it. All over. All over. And that means we only win the league by like 3 or 4 points. Another game, another penalty. It's all gone wrong. It's all gone wrong. Meh. So yeah, we still win by 5 points. Then just the small matter of the Champions League to go. There we go. Into here. Give these guys a rest. And we will be going to the more cautious tactics for the Champions League. That back as an inverted winger. There we go. There we go. The defeat has fallen our way. In fact, that's 4 defeats in 7 games. Awful. We must have dropped under the 60% mark now. We've dropped under 60% win rate. Ah well. Right, so DM Basis does have faith in Clement. You don't see a viable, available alternative. Fair enough. George Mendes is Crodmo's agent. Interesting. Fine. I will take your word for it. Diallo hat-trick. My mate captained him in FPL. He's going to be unbearable. That sounds about right. After United win, I came back to watch some proper football in the Tactical Genius. It's been bad, El Norby. It's been bad. Musterman out. I've gone insane. I've lost my marbles. Okay, fine. Champions League is causing issues, I suspect. As I said, so remember that we lost a decent game. Like the Utrecht game, the Dynamo Zagreb game were absolutely fine. Remember, before we went into that game, we'd won the league. And we saw this last season as well. Just before we played Ilves, we'd won the league. Our players just don't seem to... Once that pressure is off, we haven't managed to work out what it takes to motivate them when there's nothing at stake. And there's probably an element that comes from me that I'm also like, fuck it, we've won the league. So there we go. It is what it is. Did we win since Crodmod out? Yes, we did. We have definitely won since he's in. So 4 defeats which came after Crodmo was removed as a mod, just saying. So what you're saying is Crodmo, for timing out Holofab unreasonably, caused this thing. That's very selfish of you, Crodmo. So the Quez, we did indeed. We beat Olympiakos over 2 legs. Where even is it? Oh, that's last season. We drew 1-1. We scored and then conceded immediately in Athens, and then we won 2-0. We're in the Champions League proper, and we've won a game. So that's £15 million that has come our way. It is what it is, sounding like Big Ange. It's like, it's not really, doesn't really make any difference. The only, like, if we look at this here now, we'll lose that game, which we expect. We'll lose that game, which we expect. We'll lose that game, which we expect. We might have a hope with Harkin. We don't have a hope with any of these. So we're going to be losing a load of games anyway. Like, meh. But on that note, we have finished the league now, which is what I was planning on doing for... No, we can carry on through, actually. We can carry on through, and we might at least... So my big concern right now is that this is kind of the end of the league season. So this is where we probably need to be doing, like, where I would normally be doing, say, a 3-hour session where I don't press continue because we're doing all our transfer planning. but our season isn't over. And so I'm kind of between a rock and a hard place. Right, no, we need to, oh dear, this is where you're seeing me trying to think. That's a bad sign. So look, Marno Pants would rather lose and have no crud mod than win and live under the thumb of a dictator. Exactly. There's a 1 minute funny clip of Big Ange Satar. We'll definitely have to check that out. Yeah, okay. We're going to call it here. We're going to call it here because we do need to go through and like plan ahead, and the transfer window opens now in about a month's time for, well, the free transfer window opens in about a month's time for us. And we need to get all that preparation done, and that preparation is going to take time. So trying to half-ass it now and then drop out and then drop in, yeah, that's what we're going to do there. So firstly, massive thank you to you guys over on YouTube. We're going to drop out there first, and then we're going to raid out on Twitch. Now, if you're interested in seeing Moneyball Clinic done live, we're going to be doing it over on Brazilian Fury's Twitch channel tomorrow evening at 5 PM GMT. So if that sounds like something you're interested in doing, head on over. I won't be broadcasting it on my channel, but I will on my socials be sending out the links and everything, you know, so you can find where you need to come along.